Hey guys, have you heard of Goldbelly? It's this amazing site where they ship the most iconic, famous foods from restaurants across the country, anywhere, nationwide. I've never found a more perfect gift than food. Goldbelly ships Chicago deep dish pizza, New York bagels, Maine lobster rolls, and even Ina Garden's famous cakes. So, if you're looking for a gift for the food lover in your life, head to goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code GIFT. That's goldbelly.com, promo code GIFT.
Valentine's planning starts now. Get ahead of the game with 1-800-Flowers XOXO sale and save 20% on gifts for the ones you love. For 50 years, 1-800-Flowers has made Valentine's special by delivering millions of high-quality roses with unmatched reliability. Right now, save 20% on premium bouquets, all backed by their 7-day freshness guarantee. This XOXO sale ends February 5th, so don't wait. Save 20% at 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast. That's 1-800-Flowers.com/podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crime and Sports.
Yay!
Oh, yay indeed, Jimmy. Yay indeed. My name is James Petrogallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmy Wisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us again on another absolutely insane edition of Crime and Sports. We are going to visit a sport that we've never talked about this week.
Oh.
Because the guy is just such an asshole that it doesn't matter. We're going to dive into some weird... It's strange because you think of a sport and you think there's got to be a score or you know, or like I've defeated you. You're unconscious.
There's a winner and a loser.
Yeah. Whereas this is this sport, we'll get into it. I don't understand how the rulings work because it seems like there'd be a lot of ties, but we'll talk about it. Okay. First of all, though, shutupandgivememurder.com. Head over there, get your tickets for small town murder shows for the rest of the year, and the exclusive single Your Stupid Opinion show in Phoenix on March 21st at Stand Up Live. There's still a few tickets left for that, so get in there and come see us. That's going to be a lot of fun. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Get yourself Patreon. Do yourself a favor. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you get all of the bonus material.
Right.
All you got to be is $5 a month or above, and you're going to get so much stuff. You're going to get hundreds of back episodes of bonus stuff you've never heard before immediately upon subscription. New episodes every other week of bonus stuff. One Crime and Sports, one Small Town Murder. You just take them all.
Just take it all, yeah.
This week, what you're going to get for Crime and Sports, this could have been a regular episode. It's one of these type of things. We're going to talk about William Tank Black, who is a coach, a college football coach, turned agent, turned criminal. And there's like Master P is involved in the story. It's wild stuff. We'll talk about that. Then for Small Town Murder, we've been asked a lot to talk about this for a bonus. So we're going to do the Perfect Neighbor documentary, which is on Netflix. And there's a lot of supplemental stuff on YouTube. And just see this awful, awful woman who... I don't want to hear Karen or any of that shit. Whatever her name is, that's the name for every asshole woman or whatever. The woman name of every asshole, however you want to put it.
The complainer.
The complainer, the jackass,
He called her the Karen.
The Karen. So anyway, do that. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. And you get all the shows we put out, Crime and Sports, Your Stupid Opinions, and both Small Town Murders, all ad-free. With your Patreon, and you get a shout out at the end of the show. It's all we could give to you. It's all we have before we open up our veins and to let it flow. So that said, let's talk about this guy because man, is he an asshole.
Okay.
I love an episode where it's weird because sometimes we get episodes where it's like, we kind of like the person or, they had bad circumstances and what they did really only hurt themselves. And you know what I mean? We have those, so we kind of make fun of them, but we're like, man, wish you wouldn't have gone that direction. This guy... You just wish that what he does would kill him. It's one of those things. He's just such an asshole. Charles Barrett is who we're going to talk about. RRT.
Okay.
Barrett. Not Jeff Jarrett. Charles Barrett. So this guy here, oh my goodness. He's got aliases. Now, this is from Been Verified, which is kind of the background check website. And some of their aliases are kind of on things they've used in legal proceedings or, whatever. And some of them are not, but
swing and a miss.
He's got a bunch. He's got Charlie Minigorode, Charles J. Barrett, which isn't a real good alias when your name is Charles Barrett. Charlie J. Barrett, which that'll fool them.
Nobody will know.
Yeah, you might.
How would they know?
You might as well put like a G-string across your eyes as a Lone Ranger mask and go, "Huh, I'm Robin Banks," and then Charles Minigarode. So not too creative. His father's name is Ron. We know that.
What did we talk about? What sport he plays?
Oh, we're gonna get to it. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's coming on. It's coming on.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
It's, I wouldn't call it playing, really.
Okay.
It's risking your life in a strange way. I don't know if it's playing. His father's name is Ron Barrett. He's born March of 1984 in Santa Rosa, California. All right, there's that. Okay, he's a rock climber.
Oh,
This
is that a sport? Yeah,
This is a
sport.
competitive sport where people make money because they have events and I'm sure ever since there was a No Fear T-shirt, someone's been sponsoring these fucking things. You know what I mean?
Red Bull, yeah.
You know it, yeah. Because No Fear's not still in business, right? Good God, I hope not.
Is it not?
I hope it is. I'm sure it is because
it is. It's probably back in business.
we haven't run out of douchebags, and now being a douchebag is like a trendy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, look at me. Remember how shitty this was? I'm doing it again.
You're not going to believe it, James. You are going to believe it.
It's out. I know.
Oh, it's super out.
I knew it. I knew it. You know what? There is a whole crop of douchebags, though, that No Fear would just fit perfectly with. We didn't have enough of them in the 90s. Now they're abundant.
But I don't think that it is No Fear, but it's super different now.
Is it?
They do No Fear
They learned their
sport,
lesson?
James, like polo.
Oh, my God. No Fear polo?
Your face.
Polo.
Being just insulted.
Get up on that horse. No Fear. Like a 19th century Englishman. You know, the bravest people ever. No Fear.
Yeah, it super exists. And remember Bad Boy clothing?
Oh, yeah, I remember
was
that crap,
owned by
too.
them?
It was the same douche cabal. I don't know if it was owned by
Yeah.
them, but there was those, and then there was...
I mean, what they sell now is not the same as what it used to be.
Is that the 90s version of Rude Dog from the 80s? Is that what that is? You remember that? Early 90s, 80s, that crap?
Jimmy Z,
Oh,
Jimmy's, whatever.
That was
they
like a
were.
surf
I loved
brand,
those.
though. Like that was like Stussy or Massimo or that kind of crap.
OP,
yeah, that kind of shit.
That was cool shit.
In Arizona, yeah. In New York, people
No
were like, what are you
Fear was
wearing?
like, what was the one that had is that Big Dog clothes where it was like, if you can't run with the pups or with the big dogs, keep your ass on the porch?
I think it was them, but that's the type of shit that No Fear had.
The Big Johnson shit.
Yeah, Big Johnson. No Fear was like, if the dick doesn't fit, it only means you're not trying hard enough or whatever. Whatever it was. I don't
Throw
know.
more hip.
Yeah, just means more lube.
You got to lean into it.
Put some axle grease on it. It'll be fine.
Yeah, the new stuff sucks.
Well, the old stuff sucks, so that's not shocking.
It extra sucks.
It
now.
extra sucks.
Yeah, it's real bad now.
All right, so this No Fear wearing asshole, I'm sure he wore it at some point, began climbing when he was a teenager. So he's not even like he was like 3 years old and they lived in front of a mountain and he just, climbed it like as a teenager. Any sport that you can just pick up as a teenager and then be a pro at. Unless you're like Akeem Olajuwon or somebody who's like 7'2" and they said, hey, you could play basketball. And that'd be different. But otherwise, it feels like you should be able to have to play a sport longer than that. His father bought him a membership at Vertex, which was a local climbing gym when he was 14, and he got real into it. Yeah. He was also, his father, Ron, says he was a great golfer. He was also good at baseball and basketball. The kid's a natural athlete.
Sure he is.
Natural athlete. His parents divorced when he was 14, which is why his father was taking him to climbing gyms and buying him memberships.
Right. It's like when I was divorced and took my kids to trampoline parks.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what am I supposed to do with these kids
on the weekend?
Yeah. What am I supposed to do with these kids on this weekend?
Yeah.
I don't know what to do. So Ron lived in Santa Rosa, which was near there, and Charles and his brother and sister lived with their mother. So another climber from California who also lives in Santa Rosa named Chris Summit said he met Barrett around 2000. So he would have been 16-ish at that time, Charles.
Okay.
And he said that at the time, Chris Summit, he's a climber named Summit.
Pretty dope. Yeah.
It
was built in.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, how do you?
Yeah.
That's the greatest fucking name in the world for a climber.
Yeah.
Chris Summit.
It's like Terrell Davis being named TD is pretty fucking badass.
That's pretty good. Yeah, that's not bad. But imagine if his name was Touchdown. That'd be even better.
Yeah, Touchdown Davis.
That'd be great. Touchdown. Not even Davis. That was his last name was Down. His name is Touchdown.
Rushing yards.
Yeah, rushing yards is his name. Yards per carry. That's his full name. So he said at the time that Chris Summit and his buddies were at Vertex, he was sitting in Summit's car in the parking lot smoking a joint. Which, okay, this is the other thing. The things that this asshole does are so not like chill, laid back things.
No.
He doesn't like get busted importing 700 pounds of weed or something. I'd let that slide. You know what I mean? I'd be like, hey, he's a fucking rock climber. What do you want?
Sure. Yeah.
A surfer is the only more stoned sport that I could think of.
Yeah.
Because when I think of a rock climber, I think of like a laid back dude who'd be smoking a joint. I think of Dan Cortez and Seinfeld. You know what I mean? You want to climb a rock mañana? Like, I think of that guy. Not an aggressive asshole. So this guy's smoking a joint. Summit says, all of a sudden, Charlie is knocking on the window asking if he can smoke with us. Hey, what you doing in there?
Hey, guys.
Probably
can
scared
I smoke
the
too?
The funny part is when they knocked, everyone went, oh, Jesus Christ, and tried probably, yeah.
Eat it.
You're hotboxing, cars full of smoke.
Yeah.
So this guy says, Charlie's knocking asking if he can smoke with us. And I said, no, you're just a kid. But Charlie said he smoked all the time and he convinced us to let him in the car. He just...
No, I'm stoned right now. I just want to get higher.
Just horns in on somebody else's weed session here. That's great, though. He's like, no, I'm a pro. Don't worry about it. So according to Summit, he was about 16, Charles at the time, and had recently dropped out of high school. There you go. Working it out. Yeah. He was spending his days at the climbing gym. That's all he did. He had a membership, so he just kept going.
Yeah. Where I go to hike, there's rocks out there. People do this shit all the time in like their spare. These rocks out there have like eye holes drilled in them for people to climb the rocks. They free climb it, and then they have ropes too.
People love that. I remember I knew a girl back in the day in 2000, like 2 in Arizona, who was like her goal was to open a climbing gym. That's all she was thinking.
Goal?
That was it. She had like business models, and plus she was a college graduate and had all this shit, and she was going for like loans. And
nothing like setting your goals attainable.
Yeah, I guess. I was like, so what do you need? Like a wall?
What do you need? What do you need? A bank loan? Easy.
Yeah, you need like a wall and some plastic things to stick out of it. Pretty much is all you really need, and some rope. So you don't need that much.
You need about $10,000, babe. That's easy.
And a fuckload of insurance. Just a ass load of insurance.
A sick insurance policy
so
and
much.
about $10,000.
So much insurance. So he said, though, and Summit said he was about 10 years older. He's in his mid-20s. And he said he was really impressed with Charles. He said he could just glide up the wall without any prior experience or training. Wow. And he's stoned, too. So he had that in. It's even more impressive.
Just trying to get higher.
Not bad. So Summit and his friends brought Charles into their group and introduced him to popular climbing areas all over Northern California. Yeah. And Charles, this was like what he needed. I guess Charles had told Summit that he'd been in a lot of fights in high school because it was full of gangbangers and it was bad kids. So after divorcing with Charles' father, the mother had a hard time. I guess 3 kids, and they don't have a lot of money and shit like that. Summit, again, says the best thing Charlie could have done during that time was to get stoned and go rock climbing with us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it all worked out great for him. He said he became one of my best friends. So that's pretty impressive. He's 26, 16. That's weird.
Yeah.
When I was 26, I wasn't friends with any 16-year-olds at all.
And any 16-year-old that smokes weed, I don't want that kid around me. He probably does way worse shit, and I'm going to get in trouble. I've got a mortgage.
Well, I was 16 smoking weed, and nobody was bringing me in their house either. You know what I mean?
No. You don't want because they got mortgages, James.
They got mortgages. They have shit that they need to worry about. Another member of the group who was part of the circle remembers that while Charlie showed that he was a really good climber, he said he also seemed to be a little fucking nuts at the time. Had some mental health issues and was getting treatment for it. According to this guy, when Charles first showed up at Vertex, he'd been recently released from a residential psychiatric facility for adolescents in San Francisco. And he recalls Charles saying that he had been told that he has bipolar disorder and depression. So that's how that goes. He said he was in denial about the severity of his mental health issues. He also said the medication made him feel too loopy.
Yeah.
So he said he medicated with a ton of alcohol, and that's what he did. Now, the other thing, a lot of bipolar people don't like taking medication because they like the manic. Because manic feels great. Even though you're all over the place, you feel terrific. So they don't like losing the manic.
Yeah, and it's not just that. Sometimes it just makes you feel like not you.
Oh yeah, that too. That's
sometimes
medication.
Some people that are when the medication makes them not them, they're like, oh, this is much better. I'm not that.
Exactly. Yeah.
But if it's your baseline to be that, sometimes that shit is.
True.
Sometimes it's different.
Yeah. Like
I hate it.
I've known people that say they have to it's worth slogging through the depressions to get to the manic. They like that. You know what I mean? So it's worth to them slogging through it there. Oh, I just moved my phone and made a funny noise. Check it out.
Nice job.
That's good.
What is that noise? That's just your phone?
It's my phone case making fart noises on my desk. We've hit the highbrow peak of crime and sports where I just made
got sound effects with the phone. Jim shits his pants.
I was fascinated about fart noises coming from my phone. That's great.
That wasn't me, by the way.
It's going to be a new segment in the show. No, that wasn't Jimmy. I can vouch for him. That's going to be a new segment in the show where I just say, hey, it's fart time, fart noise corner with James's phone case. And then we're just going to do that a bunch.
And then I'll shift in this leather chair.
Yeah, we'll do that too. So once Charles got into the sport, though, he just wanted to get into real rocks instead of the gym. Yeah. So he got jobs in Yosemite cleaning cabins. And
just so he could climb the rocks?
So he could climb the rocks and flipping burgers at some grill so he could just do as much as he could there, basically. Here's a guy named James Lucas, who is a climber and a guidebook author, who said he got to know Charles when they worked together in Yosemite. He said, we were all in our early 20s drinking a lot and smoking weed. That's the rock climbers I know.
Not bad. Yeah.
That's pretty good. Yeah. He said Charlie was super outgoing with a charismatic personality. He was very flirtatious with women, but he was also a little mean. There's some foreshadowing.
Mean to women.
A little mean at the same time. These, by the way, I'm going to say it now, Grace, number one.
Yeah, weed and rocks, babe.
He's drinking, smoking weed, and just climbing rocks all day. That's the life right there.
Yeah.
But this really sounds like surfing. It's a lifestyle. It's not just something you can do sometimes. It's a lifestyle, and to live it, you have to live near the beach or near the rocks, and you can't have a really your career can't be one where you can't say fucking waves coming in today, so I won't be in till noon. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because that's what the surfers do. They'll drop everything because there's a wave coming in. So
the swell's coming up.
The swell's coming. So I think it's the same thing with rock climbing. It sounds like.
Yeah,
although
the rocks are growing today.
Always there. Yeah, the rocks are pulsing, man. So what the fuck is professional rock climbing? Where's
that league?
Let's talk about that. All right, because I didn't know this was like a profession.
Yeah, the PRCA is Professional Rodeo Cowboys. It's not the professional rock
So it's climbers treat climbing as their primary profession or career, earning a living doing it. That's a professional rock climber, but they don't have there's no NFL for rock climbing. There's they don't have a lot of big salaries or anything like that. So it's kind of hard to make a living off of this, but you kind of have to do it constantly.
Yeah.
So it's hard. So there's competition climbers that are organized. They have organized events under bodies like the International Federation of Sport Climbing, which runs World Cups in bouldering, lead, and speed disciplines, and Olympic formats since 2021. Bouldering is going. I guess what you would do is if everyone's going to get to the top, it'd be who gets there the fastest. I assume would be.
Yeah, that's the only thing you've got, unless you've got most creative way.
I mean, even
guy backflipped up him.
He went up backwards, man. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Holy shit! He climbed it with his feet.
If you do, you win, right?
I guess you'd have to. So there's top competitors earn prize money, national team support, and sponsorships from brands like, and here we go, these are the North Face. Yeah. That makes sense. Patagonia. Sure. Yeah. That makes sense. Black Diamond.
Okay. They're the
ski shit.
Yeah, it's outdoorsy shit.
Ski shit.
Jackets and shit, yeah.
La Sportiva. And
I imagine they're the same.
There's a few climbers here. There's sponsored outdoor climbers as well.
Oh?
So I guess they focus on nowadays, though. Climbing a building is what gets you attention. You have to climb.
Well, it gets you a Netflix special.
That's what I mean. It gets you a Netflix special. It gets you like all the attention in the world, for Christ's sake.
But the thing with that, James, is that you don't get to have a rope. Did he do? He free climbed that, right?
He just climbed it like a monkey. That shit was crazy.
People get arrested for that usually.
Yeah. No, he set it up. It was I
guy got
assumed he had
paid.
to have permission.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's one where you can't get away with that one. They just wait for you at the top. Like,
Yeah, where are you
they
gonna-
arrest
at the
you.
top
That's what
or
you
the
do.
bottom.
Or the bottom, or really anywhere in between. Just grab you as you're coming by. Or you can do anything there.
Yeah.
So, there's a social media content. They can have social media careers where they can get to make a few bucks. They do a lot. All of them write guidebooks. Shit like that, too. They brand ambassadorships for, a picture of a guy for North Face. He's hanging off a rock.
Yeah.
North Face. And then, you get some money for that. So,
Anti-arthritis people.
yeah. Oh, Advil. Like,
Yeah. My hands would hurt so bad.
Oh, that'd be a fucking nightmare. That
I
sounds
can't
awful.
paint a fucking door without 2 weeks of my hand not being able to open.
Try chopping wood. Do
Oh,
that.
God damn it.
Do that once or twice. Man, that sucks. I'll tell you.
The shoulder would be a nightmare.
Oh, dude, your neck and shoulder when the first couple times you're like, oh, I don't think I've done that. Yeah. So I guess they do also rock-related jobs, like they do guiding. They guide people. They're instructors. They work at climbing gyms, which this isn't glamorous work here. You're not a famous pro athlete at this point if you're working at a fucking gym in a strip mall, because that's where all these gyms are.
Yeah.
Next to the trampoline place. Like,
Yeah. It's inside it. You can either jump or you can climb. That's what it is.
Either one. Content creation now has become a big way for them to make a few bucks because it's cool looking to be up there and all that kind of shit. So
And with the attention span, it doesn't take. I mean, you can film a video of you climbing a giant fucking rock face that took you I don't know how goddamn long, but you can trim it into no time at all.
Speed it up. Then you look like you're flying up the mountain. Which is cool.
Yeah.
You're like in Twilight when they ran up the hill there. So, amateurs obviously don't make money or they have a full-time job, but professionals actually do everything. They dedicate their profession and their professional life to rock climbing. So apparently this wasn't really a thing you could do till like the 80s or 90s when douchebag T-shirts became a staple here. So now they have Olympic inclusion. There's goddamn Olympic events. I don't understand how that works, but so here's an article from 2023. It says 4 things to know before watching professional climbing.
4 things to know before watching. Not before doing.
Number 1, you're really bored. That's one thing you need to know.
You bet. Yeah.
Number 2, there are other things on TV or on streaming
you can probably
somewhere.
Switch between things. Yeah.
You could probably find something else.
Yeah.
Number 3, you might be too high. How many mushrooms have you had? That's another.
Why are you here?
Why are you watching this right now? And number 4, the people on TV are the only people as high as you here that you're watching. They're the ones they're on more mushrooms coming up the mountain. No, number 1, there's different competition series, like we talked about, the IFSW, the Olympics, and that kind of shit. There's USA Climbing, which is the governing body of organized climbing competitions from youth all the way up to the elite Olympic level here. I guess they have national championships now to see who goes to the Olympic team. USA Climbing has partnered with Climbing Escalade Canada to host the North American Cup Series. So this is like a thing.
Sure enough.
All right. How is bouldering scored?
The bigger the boulder, I imagine.
I am fascinated to find out how bouldering is scored here.
It's got to be more than just the size, though, right? Because
I guess, in each round of bouldering competition, the climbers must attempt a circuit of 4 boulder problems. Every boulder's a problem to me. I don't know. For each, they have 5 minutes to try and complete the climb. They aim to reach the top level, conveniently labeled top. Okay, in the fewest attempts possible. You don't want to be a bottom in this sport. This is you definitely don't want to be a bottom.
If your sport has arrows guiding you the way,
that way.
It's not a sport.
Not a sport. No. The judges base points on the number of tries and maximum height a climber reaches. Okay. However, there's only 3 heights that receive a score. If a competitor passes one scoring point but doesn't reach the next, the judge only awards the climber the lower score. Instead of numerical marks, the maximum height climbed is marked by the start hold, a zone hold approximately halfway through the climb, and the top hold. This makes no fucking sense. How did you make...
It should go from your bottom hold. It should go where your foot made it to.
How did they even make explaining this shit complicated? Who gets to the top of that shit? That's it.
Well, it depends because your start hold is going to be much higher than my start hold.
I guess.
Just based on fucking height and reach.
Yeah. This is crazy. If I get to where you got is
to,
that what they're saying?
I win. Yeah, because it's where your top hand gets to, but it's only the distance between that and your start hand.
Gotcha. So if they reached the zone hold, a Z denotes their progress on the score sheet and the number of attempts it took, or they get to the top, a T indicates their completion of the climb. The judges also recorded the number of tries to finish the boulder. A climber who does not make it to the zone hold only has their number of attempts marked down with no accompanying letter. Yeah, this is not exactly a...
That's very complicated.
It's 12-10. It's not exactly that. You know what I mean? It's it's 21-20 right now. We're not getting that. Lead climbing is scored differently. Each round of climbing only has one lead route. The climbers have 6 minutes to climb as high as possible. Like boulders, there are on-the-wall markings for start and finish holds. Unlike bouldering, the climbers only have one attempt. If they fall, the belayers immediately lower them to the ground, ending their turn. Well, you don't plummet to your death. That would be the ultimate penalty.
I guess, so they're roped up there, and then they help you get down?
You just fall down. You go, I'm done. How strong are these climbers? The last thing to know when watching professional climbing is that while these climbers may make the climbs look easy, they aren't. What idiot sees someone hanging off a rock and go, that looks pretty fucking easy?
And before you watch this, I need you to know they're strong.
They're strong. Okay. Yeah. You couldn't do what they're doing. I know.
Thank you for telling me.
Want to. When I see that, I go, this looks terrifying. Jesus Christ, who the fuck would do this? Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show to tell you a better way to stay hydrated with Drip Drop.
DripDrop.com.
Absolutely. Everyone talks about their new routines in January. Well, we got one and it's sticking. Hydration.
Yes.
That's right. We're treating it like a daily ritual. It's right up there. Skincare, sleep, put hydration in the middle of that too. Drip Drop has become the thing that makes everything else work better. My energy, our skin feels good, our vibe is better. Yes. Why? Because we're nice and hydrated now. Drip Drop is a doctor-developed, proven fast hydration that helps your body and mind work better, which is exactly what 2026 you is going to need. You can think, you get clearer focus, better energy, elevated mood, even that fresh skin glow. It uses a precise ratio of electrolytes and glucose for rapid absorption, delivering 3 times the electrolytes and half the sugar of leading sports drinks, so you feel the results fast without that sugar crash. Drip Drop's science-backed formula is trusted by firefighters, medical professionals, and over 90% of top college and pro teams because it's engineered to rehydrate you faster and more effectively than water alone. It's good stuff. Perfect if your New Year goals include better habits that actually stick. And honestly, it tastes amazing. It's great. There's 16 original flavors, 8 zero sugar options that fit seamlessly into our routines here. Morning, post-workout, midday slump. It's great. Honestly, I've tried like 6 of the flavors and they're all really good.
Love it.
None of them have that weird what is that? They're all like that really nice flavor. I know you stick to the one, but there's a lot. So to make it easy, Drip Drop has flexible subscription options so you're never stuck without proven fast hydration, whether you're hitting the gym, juggling work, or just trying to stay consistent with your January reset. And right now, Drip Drop is offering podcast listeners 20% off your first order. Go to dripdrop.com and use the promo code CRIMEINSPORTS. That's dripdrop.com, promo code CRIMEINSPORTS for 20% off. Stock up now at dripdrop.com and use promo code CRIMEINSPORTS.
Now back to the show.
Hey everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you the best way to buy a car with Car Gurus.
CarGurus.com.
Absolutely. Buying a car is a big deal. You shouldn't go in blind. This is a big purchase. So with Car Gurus app, the new dealership mode's like having a personal cheat sheet in your pocket, right there on the lot with you. Instantly compare the car in front of you to similar options, see deal ratings and price history, and estimate your final price. That's right, it's everything you need at your fingertips so you can feel confident you're getting the best deal. That's what it's all about when you're buying a car. You got to know what you're doing. And with Car Gurus Discover, you can skip the filters and describe what you're looking for in your own words. Simply type what you want, and Car Gurus Discover instantly surfaces real listings that match your exact needs. Dealership mode on the Car Gurus app puts you in control. You can compare cars side by side, check pricing, and estimate your final cost so you can navigate the dealership with confidence. Walk tall. You can do it. With more than 4 million listings, Car Gurus has the biggest selection of cars, so it's easier than ever to find the right car at the right deal. It's no wonder Car Gurus is the #1 most visited car shopping site according to SimilarWeb's estimated traffic data. Buy or sell your next car today with Car Gurus at CarGurus.com. Go to CarGurus.com to make sure your big deal is the best deal. That's CarGurus.com, CarGurus.com.
Now back to the show. Do they also have strong core?
Tell
like
me more
American
about
Ninja
it.
Warriors?
Jesus Christ. Even if they slip off the wall or don't make it to the finals, every climber participating in professional climbing competitions has competed against the best to earn a spot on the professional stage. For additional perspective on the insanity of professional climbers' abilities, the size of the holds they grab can be a mere 6 to 10 millimeters thick, which is not...
That's very small.
It's like 26 millimeters to an inch. So think
That's
about
like,
that.
Yeah, it's also
like a quarter
like
of an inch to less than
the
half an
thickness
inch.
of a nail.
Yeah, that's what you're onto. Measure that on a ruler or turn your smartphone sideways and imagine gripping the edge of the width of the phone. Companies who design climbing holds have to up their creativity in shaping textures, new climbing holds to make it hard enough for the athletes as each generation of professionals surpasses the last. Imagine if they made like a harder hoop to get the ball in every fucking once in a while. That's kind of how it is. Now, everybody, this article says, with your new knowledge and understanding of professional climbing, tune into a competition. You're guaranteed to be blown away by the strength and grace on display.
Right.
That's right. I should have put grace right there. Grace. Okay. Let's see here. September 2004. Mm-hmm. He's 20. He's partying, drinking, smoking weed. Yeah. He's arrested. And this is not surprising. He's arrested by Yosemite law enforcement rangers and charged with a misdemeanor DUI. Which he's a 20-year-old rock climber. I mean,
in Yosemite, I don't know that I would be sober there. That would be so much fun.
To be expected here, you know what I mean? According to a federal report, Barrett retaliated against one of the rangers a few days after the incident by slashing the tires on his car. Now we're in crazy land. This is take your misdemeanor DUI and move on. What are you mad at him for?
For writing it? He didn't have to.
Yeah.
He could have been a gent about it.
He also made verbal threats against the female rangers immediately following the arrest, because that's what a man does.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what you want to do. It shows you're tough. On the way to the holding station, he said, quote, "You're not safe. I'm going to hurt you." And then said to one of the cops about the other one, "She's going to die."
Charles.
What are you doing? Jesus. These actions led to a federal indictment charging Barrett with 5 felony counts. He took a misdemeanor DUI.
Turned it into way worse.
He took it. This isn't even a felony like Arizona type shit. This is probably a $500 fine.
Right.
And he turned this into a 5-count felony federal indictment.
And what is it about DUI? Like, what kind of DUI is this? Because drunk, you usually don't do that, right? Well, unless you're Randy Travis.
Well, yeah, a lot of drunks are mean. What are we talking about?
Yeah, Randy Travis threatened a cop.
Yeah.
He told him he was fine as a dandy.
Ask Mel Gibson what it's like when you're drunk and you get pulled over. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, don't call them sugar tits, man. They don't like that.
No, they hate that. They tend to
men
hate
mostly.
that. Oh, Christ. So, yeah, this guy, he fucked it all up, man.
Yeah.
Witness retaliation, impeding/intimidating a federal officer, vandalism, etc. He fucked it all up. He got a plea deal somehow that allows him, I guess because he doesn't have a real record at this point, to plead guilty to a single misdemeanor vandalism charge out of all that. He threatened to kill federal rangers.
But the DUI is sticking. Now we're talking about all the extra shit.
This is the extra shit. He served 6 months in prison for this.
Ooh-wee.
And was banned from Yosemite for 3 years.
Oh, that's the problem.
That's tough for him. Yeah. Now, not exactly sure when the next thing happened here. I guess he gets in trouble again in California here. I'm not exactly sure why, because guess what? Rock climbers aren't the most famous people in the world, and it's hard to.
Yeah, it's hard to posture the "Do you know who I am" card.
Exactly, where it would make the press that much.
Yeah.
I guess there was a few different publications that mentioned the sentence that he got, saying that he had evidence of a long history of issues. So we're not sure exactly, but he got in trouble again after that, we believe. When he got in trouble in Yosemite in 2004, they said that his friends said that it didn't occur to them that his behavior signaled deeper problems.
Okay.
They said, yeah, he's a little crazy. He's a rock climber. That's what they all are. They get drunk. They do stupid shit.
The guy's hanging off the side of a boulder. What do you expect?
And back then, too, you got to think 2004, they said this was kind of like rebel image type stuff. Like, he's told them to go fuck themselves and slash the tire, and, whatever.
Next, you're going to tell me Bam Margera and Steve-O don't have it all together.
Tell me they might not be the most convenient people to arrest either. So, nobody really, and he had his own version of the events, and they made it up, and I said this, and blah, 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 blah. So he said that the Rangers, I guess the climbers and the Rangers don't get along anyway. Yeah. This is like they're the greasers and the socias here. Like, it's not working out. I guess he said that the Rangers were conspiring to accuse him of something he didn't do. And a lot of the climbing people said that sounds about right. His one friend said, Charlie's the kind of guy where you just really want to believe him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Now, a lot of this stuff, by the way, comes from, a lot of the in-depth reporting comes from a reporter named Annette McGivney and via climbing.com, which is a thing.
Stop it.
So, Charlie gets a girlfriend in 2005.
Uh-huh.
And her
met her on the message boards of climbing.com.
I think she was on top of the mountain, just hanging out.
Right, climbed up to her.
Just climbed on up to her. It's like, wow, how'd you make it up here? Big turn on. So her name is Bonnie Hedlund, Hedlund, and it's like a whirlwind romance. Like,
sure.
She would come home from work to find her driveway covered in rose petals.
Her whole driveway?
I mean, what if the wind blows, man? Like, your
neighbors are going to be pissed.
You could set that up for like an hour, and one gust could ruin it.
And it puts it in your fucking neighbor's courtyard right in front of their front door, because that's where the wind swirls.
It's going to go right
goddamn time. I don't have a bougainvillea within 3 blocks of my house, but I got 10 pounds of that shit in front of my door.
And in your garage door crack thing too there.
Yeah, flower petals travel, babe.
Wow. So, or your neighbor's landscaper comes by. No.
You son of a bitch. Fuck. Now you're going to have to landscape my yard for freezies.
Yeah. Can you blow those fucking petals back into my driveway over here? So, they would be, he would place their love notes. He'd hang from trees with messages like, keep going, beautiful girl.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. He'd put notes inside her cabin. Which I guess she lived like in the forest near the Truckee River.
Breaking and entering. The Truckee.
The Truckee River, which that's all I can think of is Reno 911. The Truckee River Killer.
I'll never not.
That's all I can think of. Well, yeah, him fucking Rudy. Jesus
That
Christ.
character is so good.
It's so fucking funny.
It's amazing.
He's just well, I mean, I kill lots of people. And, so Barrett.
Kyle, what's his name? Kyle what?
Fuck,
Kyle,
I don't remember his name. He's so
Kyle.
good, though, that actor.
He's
so good.
Great.
So Charles would set up romantic, like a romantic dinner setup on the porch for two with candles and table and chair and do all this type of shit. And a mattress, too, he put out there because we going to be fucking when we're done eating.
Oh, you bet.
And because it's 2005, he made CD mixes for her.
Nice.
Burned her off some CDs, and he wrote poems on like fancy paper. He'd get fancy stationery and write poems and all this type of shit.
Lord.
She was 33 years old at the time, and he's 21.
Attaboy.
21. So that's interesting.
He's going to compete with 33-year-olds for her heart.
That's why he's got to do all this crazy shit.
Yeah,
No 33-year-old has time to do any of that shit. They got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why he's competing. That's how he's competing.
He's got
that guy
time.
will call 1-800-Flowers and send it to her office, but he's not going to cover her fucking driveway.
He's busy. This guy, his job is to get stoned and climb up a mountain, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, and a 33-year-old that does that shit as a stalker. A 21-year-old that does it as an adorable
cute.
puppy
Look
love
at that.
fuck.
Isn't he cute? Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't feel threatened by someone that much younger than you, probably.
33-year-old's the Truckee River Killer, Kyle Dunnigan.
There you go. That's his name. Thank you. Well, good look. When she was introduced to him by a mutual friend, she said she never thought of dating him because, he was 21 and she was 33. But then she said he started randomly showing up at her cabin, which sounds terrifying.
That's not good.
That sounds really scary. But she said that he was attractive and tall and handsome and had broad shoulders and a big smile. And he was so attentive. And she said she just never had anyone pay attention to her that much before.
He's big and imposing, and it was so sweet.
And he shows up at her remote cabin uninvited. Isn't that nice? That's attentive. Jimmy.
Okay.
That is scary.
Yeah.
So, and they would, they'd have all times of like outside. They do all sorts of shit and, picnics and climbing also. She said the climbing was phenomenal. We would do amazing climbs nearly every day.
Wow.
Well, she's going to age out of that pretty soon. He's going to have
no
to.
Shit. She's not doing this for
not at 43.
No,
definitely not at 53.
No.
I'll tell you that much.
That's gonna sting a lot.
Oh boy,
you're gonna use a lot of biofreeze.
Not more than twice a year anyway. You're not doing this shit. So she was also a really good climber and boulderer, and she had been trying to she had a bucket list of climbs she wanted to make here, and was kind of going down the different difficult routes on the east side of the Sierra Nevadas since the late 1980s, when he was in kindergarten. And before the region became widely known for this, because the sport wasn't as big back then. Yeah. So they would go with a bunch of people from Lake Tahoe, that area, and they did routes together all the time. Barrett ends up moving in with her and her dog, by the way. Mm-hmm. And she said it was some of the best times of my life until it wasn't. Uh-oh. That's ominous. It is crime and sports, everybody. We're not going to tell a lovely romance story of romance where in the end they walked down the aisle and they got married on top of a mountain. You had to climb up there to be a part of the ceremony. January 2006, Headland says she and Charles went snowboarding. Yeah. Jesus, they're like, what extreme thing are we going to do today, brah? I don't know. Here, pound this surge and give me some ideas. What do you got? I don't know, man. Fucking Jolt Cola. Well, they're like a Mountain Dew commercial, these people. So when they got back to the cabin, apparently, they, I guess, snowboarded and had dinner at a friend's house. They got back to the cabin, and she said that he began acting strangely. Okay. Holding his head in his hands, he bent over the kitchen counter and stood motionless. So she thought that he was about to pass out, like something was wrong physically. So she asked, "Do you want to sit down?" She said they'd never had a fight or a serious argument or anything. So this was, she's just like, are you okay? She said then she started to feel scared out of nowhere. She said it was a weird, well, yeah, he's like a wolf. He's like fucking a werewolf here.
Yeah.
She said when he looked, or when he stood up and looked at me, it was like he was a different person.
He changed.
His eyes were glazed over, and he started walking toward me, chanting gibberish.
What?
Which, chanting anything would be scary, even if you understood it.
Yeah.
Don't walk at me chanting shit. And then any kind of gibberish, whether it's chanting or just saying it, is scary too in this situation.
Yeah.
But chanting gibberish is a whole other level of some shit that I never heard of before. Then she said that Barrett said over and over, "You are the prosecution and I am the defense."
He said that?
Pardon? Okay. What the fuck are you talking about? What is going on here? You're the prosecution, I'm the defense. He backed her into a corner. Mm-hmm. She said so suddenly that she had no time to defend herself. He hit her on the side of the head with his fist and knocked her out.
Oh, dang.
Out of nowhere. Now, he's 6 foot tall, 165 pounds. She's 5'2", weighed a $112 at this point.
Nice.
So he just obviously...
mismatch.
Yeah, clearly. She said after about a minute, she came to and saw the cabin's front door was open and that he had left and apparently had taken her dog as well.
Drilled her, snatched the dog, and ran out.
Yeah. So she ran outside looking for him, who she said it was about 75 feet from the cabin, standing in the middle of a busy state highway that ran past the property, holding the dog by the collar.
Oh, boy.
Cars are swerving around, and he's shouting at her that he'd been struggling to keep himself from hurting her, and now that he fucked up and hurt her, now he's going to kill himself, he said.
Oh, boy.
So that's what I'm doing. I'm out here. And she said the exact right thing that people would say in this situation. I don't care what you do. Give me my fucking dog back.
Don't hurt my dog.
Yeah. You want to off yourself? Great. Knock yourself out, especially after you just punched me. I don't care what the fuck you do, but don't involve my dog in this.
Jump in front of a truck, but give me my dog.
Give me my goddamn dog. So he let the dog go. Mm-hmm. The dog ran, and luckily the dog got through without getting hit by a car. So the dog ran. So she ran into the woods to get the dog, and he ran toward his truck and just stayed there. She said she stayed in the woods, just hunkered down in the woods until she saw that his truck was gone. She could see from a vantage point. She said, I don't know why, but I didn't call the cops.
Really? She
said, I had just never experienced anything like that before. She was just trying to figure out what happened, I think.
Yeah.
Which is, But
not call the cops?
I don't know. She thought like he had a stroke or something.
I don't know.
Like, that's maybe she was so... Like, it was so out of left field that she didn't even know. That's one of those things afterwards, you're like, did that happen? Like, what the fuck is going on? My normal never showed a sign. They never even had an argument, she said before.
That's unbelievable.
And they didn't have an argument then either. He just, put his head down and then came up and was saying crazy shit and hit her. So, does he have a tumor? Like, what are you thinking? So, anyway, in the weeks since the attack there, Headland, with her friends... They said that started basically, apparently, this is weird. Because it was the first time, and basically like domestic violence experts say that this is like kind of a common response to a first abuse of somebody.
Yeah. Yeah,
especially if it's out of left field.
You save it and you handle it in-house.
Yeah, if they've been like from the first week you went out, they've been punching holes in walls and shit, and it's not a surprise. It's different.
Right.
But this out of left field shit, basically they started giving, her and her friends started giving him the benefit of the doubt that something was wrong with him or something, and they showed him compassion.
Cops tend to get pretty upset with it when you call them and then they show up and they're like, this is the fourth time? What are you talking about? We've never even heard of one of these.
Yeah, how is that? Because that would be great if we had reports of this. Could be a lot bigger charge here. So apparently, she said during the previous months, he'd made vague references to, quote, false accusations and legal troubles in Yosemite National Park. But after assaulting her, Charles told her that the possibility of doing time had been weighing on him, and it caused him to snap that night. He could have brought it up and talked to her, maybe. That would also be I bet she would have tried to make you feel better at least.
I'm sure of it, yeah.
So that was his, fighting with the cops and slashing tires and all that kind of thing here. So I guess as this happened, and this was all going on as the felony charges moved through the justice system, and he went to Tahoe where he started dating her and doing all that kind of shit here. So one of the guys here, Jake Daly, who's a climber, and he moved to Tahoe in 2006 and developed a relationship with Charles and Headland here. He said he remembers how impressive Charles Barrett was. He said Charlie polished off all the hardest climbs that existed in the Tahoe area, so he started establishing new routes and boulder problems with higher degrees of difficulty. So he's like, it was pretty wild. He said that all the people in the area that were like big into climbing and, big in the climbing scene said, he was like, whoa, they're blowing everybody away here.
Sure, yeah.
He said that while he admired Charles's drive, he was wary of his dark side. He said sometimes while climbing, Charles would inexplicably break off from the rest of the group and isolate himself.
Oh.
And this guy said, I had no idea what was going on. It was something traumatic in his mind that made him internally preoccupied. He would rejoin us later and seem fine.
Okay.
So he has these little...
Yeah, these little spells where he's just...
Yeah.
Something's going on, right?
Something's up in there. Well, if he's bipolar and he's not taking his medication, that's a big something. I mean, that's a problem. Depending on the scale of it, because, I mean, there's a big range in bipolarity, but...
Sure.
Depending on what it is, that could really be something.
But you go catatonic for a minute and start changing into another person. That's not good.
That's weird. No, that's definitely weird. So Headland didn't know what to do here. She didn't let him move back in after the assault, but they tried to be supportive anyway of him and his legal troubles about the other shit and everything. She said he worked hard to win her back and would apologize constantly for hurting her. Yeah. December of 2006 is when he accepted the plea deal from the U.S. attorney, and all the felony counts dismissed and 6 months and whatever. He could have spent years in prison, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. No mention of the DUI in the deal at all. I think that was dismissed as well.
Huh.
So it's just the vandalism charge is all he got out of that. So he served time in the Taft Correctional Institution in Kern County, where he wrote Headland all the time, complaining about prison and wanting to be back together and all that kind of thing. He'd tell her that he longed to see her and make love to her and all that kind of shit. But he also wanted something else, too. He writes, this is a guy writing from prison who's trying to get her back, and he's talking about kinky shit he wants to do.
Hell yeah.
He told her, I'd like to be more rough, too. Yeah, that's not a hell yeah. I don't like that at all. I was like, it's not your kind of guy. Calm down.
Easy now.
Yeah, you got to let me finish a sentence before you start agreeing with people.
Slow down.
I'd like to be more rough, too. That's the truth, he said. So after this guy knocked you out, I don't think...
Yeah, how much rougher can you be apart from, you know what I mean? That's pretty rough.
Next time he's going to jerk off on her after he knocks her unconscious, maybe. That's all I can imagine.
It's a very, it's a fine line. But also, like, writing and I understand that in jail you probably get a little lonely. And
you might want some saucy letters going back and forth.
That might be fun.
Yeah.
But disclosing assault fantasy it's a bit much.
That seems like a lot.
It's a far bridge.
Later on, federal investigators, about 15 years later after this, federal investigators were conducting interviews related to another thing that happens later. And this is a woman who had dated Barrett. And this is an unnamed woman in this document. They say he told her that she had to prove her love for him by agreeing to rough sex.
That's proving it?
That's proving it. She said, he liked tying me up and blindfolding me, choking me, sometimes really hard. So that is what he's into. He's not like reluctantly choking you to make you come. He needs to, So he's released in August 2007, and I guess Headland here, they said they had a guarded relationship. It was kind of awkward because they were in the same climbing community.
Right.
So, and they were all had the same friends. They did the same shit. He told friends that he was trying to get his mental health challenges and drinking under control.
That's good.
But during that period, according to this article, he began sending Headland what she calls manipulative messages.
What kind?
She said he would email me and beg me to see him and say he was going to kill himself. She said so I would agree to meet him in a public place. I was always terrified, but I thought if I placated him, then he wouldn't go crazy and try to hurt me.
Oh, boy.
So, October 2008. Here we go. Headland had driven with her dog to do some bouldering in the buttermilks.
Yeah.
According to a police report, which is, this is leading somewhere if we're referencing that, she's camping in her truck and one evening joined a group of climbers from Alabama who gathered around a campfire. It was a nice night, and then Charles showed up, accompanied by another climber named Lonnie Koch. K-A-U-K. Koch is the son of apparent Yosemite legend Ron Koch.
Oh.
I mean, I had posters of him on my wall, obviously. I know you did.
Ron Koch.
Ron Koch. Yeah. I guess this guy, Koch, had recently met Barrett and was looking forward to learning some shit about bouldering from him, which he hadn't been doing. This guy said, Koch, he was a talented climber and he had the beta on the buttermilks. It was a great day. He gave me a tour, but I was also a little concerned about how Charlie would smash down a six-pack in less than 30 minutes.
6-pack of beer in 30 minutes?
That's you're doing. That's not just, hey, I like
5 minutes
having a
of beer, man.
That's, I'm going to get drunk fast.
Yeah.
That's a lot. You can't.
5 minutes of beer, you can't even have a conversation while you're drinking that.
No, you're just chugging beers.
Yeah.
You're trying to get drunk. You're not doing that as like a social thing at all.
No.
So I guess Koch and Barrett joined the group at the campfire. Mm-hmm. Headland said she tried to stay relaxed. Then, after a little while, Charles started taunting her dog. I don't know what he's got into this fucking dog.
I think it's just
her.
Yeah,
it's an extension of her.
Right.
Yeah.
There it is. That's the words. That sounds very educated when you say it like that.
Is it? I don't have a high school diploma, so I don't know if I'd put it that way.
I would have said it in a real dumb way of like, yeah, it hurts her.
Same thing.
Yeah.
It's an extension of her, so it hurts her. There we go. See, this is why we're a good team. So he squeezed its snout and revealed and it showed its fangs and said, "Don't do this to a wolf." And the dog growled.
Yeah.
I guess this dog is a wolf hybrid, by the way. Headland then repeatedly asked him to stop, but he kept at it until the dog snapped at him and bit his pinky finger. Good.
Yeah. Is that the same dog that he's just fucking dangled off a freeway?
Dragged into the fucking highway, yeah. He then started beating the dog. Hey, Michael Vick, what are you doing? You're not, no.
You're going to hit a dog for a normal response to your aggressive attitude.
Yeah. Not only that, you're in a big group of people. Who's going to take this? You know what I mean?
You're not afraid to show yourself like that?
So, according to a witness statement given to police the next day. So the group got quiet, which I don't know why they get quiet. You'd think they go, "Stop hitting that fucking dog,
what the
stupid.
Fuck,
what are you doing?" Headland said she grabbed her dog and walked toward her truck, planning to get the hell out of there. And Charles turned his headlamp on and followed. I guess they have lamps if they're going to night climb. Yeah. Koch says he remembered feeling confused. He said, "I thought they were just working it out. He was down by her truck, and I guess she was trying to load up her dog, but all of a sudden we heard this thud." Oh, boy. Koch said he got up from his spot at the campfire to investigate, and he saw that Headland was lying on the ground and that Charles was punching her head repeatedly.
Oh, boy.
How dare you get mad at me for beating your dog for no reason?
Right.
Koch said he rushed toward Headland as Barrett made his way back to the campfire. According to the police report, Barrett then said, "Shit just got real. I hit Bonnie."
What?
Shit just got real. Cox said he helped Bonnie, Headland, who was regaining consciousness. Blood was coming out of her nose and left ear.
Oh, out of the ear.
Out of the ear. So Barrett left the camp area that night while Bonnie stayed and slept in her truck, assured by Cock and the others they'd keep her safe. Yeah, you guys are really a crack squad of guards here.
She had blood coming out of her ear and she went to bed?
She went to bed. She'll be okay. And she was unconscious, too, for a minute there. Probably should have seen a doctor. But instead, so she slept in her truck. Jesus Christ. Members of the group the next morning drove to Bishop to give their statements to police. Mm-hmm. So Charles just, disappears.
As you would, yeah.
And a guy like him can stay, in the rocks for a long time.
Yeah.
So he disappeared for nearly a week. He contacted friends saying that he planned to commit suicide.
Okay.
I guess that's his, he just must have killed himself in the woods. Leave him alone. They'll come after him. He was arrested by county sheriff's deputies. According to the police report, Charles told the officer that he hit Bonnie Headland at the campground. When asked if it had happened before, he acknowledged striking her at her cabin in 2006.
Here we go.
So he pleads no contest to one count of battery on a cohabitant with traumatic injury, felony domestic violence, a crime in California that's a maximum penalty of 2 to 4 years at the time.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Cock later told federal investigators that Charles asked him to appear in court to lie to a judge about what happened.
Wow.
In Charles's version of events that he wanted him to tell, he was only trying to protect himself from the dog and somehow, in his flailing, hit Bonnie during the fray.
Yeah.
That's what
trying
happened.
To stop the dog. And
this vicious dog.
You know how sometimes when you try to stop a dog fight, they bite you? Same thing, but with people.
Well, yeah, it happens totally. So he said that's how it happened. And Cox said, I'm not fucking doing that.
Good.
No way. Cox said, he told him, quote, dude, you crossed the line and now you're going to jail. And then he threw one of these little you know,
hang loose.
Bra. Yeah, hang loose bra. He threw one of those on there.
Lonnie did that?
That's what Cox told him there. Yeah. He said, just suck it up and deal with it.
All right.
And so then Cox said because of this, Charles harassed him on and off for more than a decade.
Really?
Yeah, this guy's a real asshole. I mean,
harasses his buddy for not
lying to him
for 10 years
in court because he beat the shit out of a woman who didn't like him torturing her dog.
Wow.
So January 2009, Charles is offered another plea deal and was sentenced to, you, sir, may fuck off. Ooh, this'll stop him. 6 months in jail and 5 years probation.
Oh, boy.
Now, the deal stipulates, though, the probation's a big deal because if he violates the probation, which includes refraining from alcohol and contacting Bonnie, he could be sent back to jail for up to a year on each violation. So if he gets drunk and goes to Bonnie's house, that's 2 years in jail.
Okay.
So that's how they're doing it. He was convicted of felony domestic violence is basically what it was. Plea deal, 180 days in Inyo County Jail. Bonnie said she hoped she'd never hear from him again. So
Indio, huh?
Inyo.
Oh,
Inyo.
Got it.
One of Barrett's, a friend of Charles, believed that the deal was a mistake. In a letter to the county district attorney written before the sentencing was announced, this friend said, quote, Charles Barrett is mentally ill and asked that he be placed in a long-term psychiatric facility instead of prison. He said, please do not underestimate how dangerous his illness is. He has the capacity to hurt or kill people. He could have killed Bonnie, and if his condition goes untreated, he could kill others.
Yeah.
So that's one of his friends, and they were like, 6 months ought to do it.
Yeah.
So 9 months after his release from prison for the second assault there, he allegedly attacked another female climber and would eventually threaten to kill her too. We'll talk about that.
Sounds about right.
March 2010, Stephanie Forte was spending the weekend in the home of some friends who were climbing people who lived in Bishop. And the plan was all bouldering all the time.
Sure.
Hey, everybody, just going to take a quick break from the show and tell you how to build a wardrobe with Quince.
Quince.com, Quince.com.
You know it, Jimmy. A well-built wardrobe is about pieces that work together and actually hold up over time. You want to be able to wear it more than once. That helps. That's what Quince does best. Premium materials, thoughtful design, and everyday staples that feel easy to wear, easy to rely on, and even as the weather shifts, they have it all. Quince has the everyday essentials that we love with quality that lasts, organic cotton sweaters, polos for every occasion, lighter jackets that keep you warm in the changing seasons. The list goes on and on. They got it all over there. They're the best. Quince works directly with top factories. This is how you're going to get it for such a low price. They cut out the middlemen.
Wow.
It's just they make good stuff and send it to you. It's great. They cut it out so you're not going to pay for brand markup. You're just paying for quality, great clothing. Everything is built to hold up to daily wear and still look good season after season. Plus, they only partner with factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. We've gone pretty much all Quince for our clothes over here. Sarah gets all her stuff. I get all my stuff there. There's always Quince packages coming in, and it's fantastic. The prices are amazing, and the stuff is such good quality. I'm like, I got to get this stuff. It's all really good. You should shop there. I'm telling you, everybody should try it. It's great. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/crimeinsports for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada, too. That's you guys. That's QUINCE.com/crimeinsports. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/crimeinsports.
Now back to the show.
This episode is brought to you by IQ Bar, our exclusive snack, hydration, and coffee sponsor. IQ Bar protein bars, IQ Mix hydration mixes, and IQ Joe mushroom coffees are the delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel you need to win your day. The new year means a clean slate, time to transform frustration into fuel and power your day with IQ Bar. The IQ Bar Ultimate Sampler Pack is a great way to try all IQ Bar products and flavors. You get 9 IQ bars, 8 IQ Mix sticks, and 4 IQ Joe sticks. All IQ Bar products are clean label certified, entirely free from gluten, dairy, soy, GMOs, and artificial ingredients. Committed to working out this year? Do it. Great. Make sure to rehydrate after your workout with IQ Mix, a zero-sugar drink mix that hydrates with electrolytes, improves mood, and boosts clarity. It's great stuff. The new year gives us all a chance to reset, maximize your brain and body's potential with IQ bars, protein bars, hydration mixes, and mushroom coffees. The Ultimate Sampler Pack includes all 3. These IQ bars are good stuff. IQ bars are awesome. They give you such good energy. These are great to just have if you're going to go work out. If you're just running around a lot, you can eat that during the day and it makes you feel great. You can keep going. They're fantastic. And right now, IQ Bar is offering our special podcast listeners 20% off all IQ Bar products, including the Ultimate Sampler Pack, plus free shipping. To get your 20% off, text CIS to 64,000. Text CIS to 64,000. That's CIS to 64,000. Message and data rates may apply. See terms for details.
Now back to the show.
Confronting high credit card debt can feel scary, but the good news is, if you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, financial relief options are now available. National Debt Relief is currently offering debt relief designed to reduce what you owe and put you on the fast track to becoming debt-free. If you qualify for debt relief, you may be able to pay back less than what you owe and save thousands of dollars. Just visit nationaldebtrelief.com. Imagine only paying one low monthly program payment you can afford and saving money as you become debt-free. National Debt Relief has already helped bring debt relief to over 550,000 U.S. consumers, earning thousands of 5-star reviews and an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. You're stronger than your credit card debt. Let today be the day you start turning things around. Take the first step and visit nationaldebtrelief.com to see what debt relief you may qualify for. That's nationaldebtrelief.com.
So, and the reason why these people's names are out there is because they're out there publicly. They weren't hidden. This woman would later tell police that the man and woman were friends of Charles Barrett's too, and that he was living with them until he got back on his feet after his release from jail.
Wow.
Now, this Forte ran her own public relations agency in Las Vegas, and she's also a really accomplished rock climber. who routinely tackled difficult 5.13 plus routes, which I mean, me and you know to stop before we get to 5.10, never mind 5.13. I mean,
I'm sticking around back at 3. Shit.
I push myself sometimes, but I don't get that far.
Is that a black diamond?
I have no fucking idea. According to her description of her encounter with Charles, which she shared with police, she was staying with her friend here, and she arrived, and she heard that Barrett had been convicted of domestic violence, and that worried her. But the friend said, "Don't be concerned, because the charges were, quote, totally rigged."
Oh yeah, so
rigged. Yeah, it's all rigged.
Rigged charges.
Rigged charges. Yeah, it was just all people conspiring against him, obviously.
I've never heard of rigged charges.
Rigged charges, man. So they're all rigged. So this Stephanie Forte was introduced to Barrett on the second evening of her stay after her and her friend returned from a day of climbing and then had dinner. They had some small talk, and then Forte said, "I'm going to go to bed," which is in the study where she was. That's her room, her guest room there. Several hours later, she woke up to find, guess what?
What?
What do you think?
Is he there?
A dog growling at her. No, she woke up to find a man on top of her.
Oh.
And that's bad enough, but this part really makes it something, with an erection pressed against her backside.
Oh.
So boner in her ass crack to the layman out there. So she would later tell police that the man was kissing her neck, squeezing her breasts, and rubbing her genital area.
Making out.
About to rape you.
Making out without you.
Without your consent, one-sided makeout session.
Just getting started.
She said the room was pitch black, but she recognized his voice from talking to him earlier. And he said, quote, "You know you want it." That's what he said.
Jesus.
He's like a storybook rapist if he's doing that. Like, if this is all true, that's what a storybook rapist would say. You know you want it. It's like,
how old is he at this point?
What is it, 25?
25, and that's how you...
This is how he's doing it. But this is horrifying. This is terrifying. You know what I mean?
That's terrible.
He kept whispering it over and over again, which makes it even worse. She's, again, like 5'1", barely 100 pounds, and she's trying to push him off. He then backed off because their noise starts to be made, and there's multiple people sleeping in this house, which is a huge house. So he must have been worried about that. He then backed off, and, this is all class. Now, what he did up to this point, obviously, is terrible, but this is class. He gets off of her, obviously mad that she doesn't want to be raped, clearly, and calls her a cunt.
What?
How dare you rebuff my completely unfucking warranted and uninvited advances on you, please? How dare you?
She turned me down when I started without her.
Fucking unbelievable. Cunt.
Wow.
So then he retreated to another room, and he left the house before sunrise. She said she stayed awake and frozen on the bed for the rest of the night. She left the house at dawn and went home. I want to know more of hanging out this weekend. So in the coming days, she told several people, including the people who lived at the house where he was staying, what happened. According to her account to police, the friend encouraged her to just forget about the assault.
Really?
And this is the gross part. This is what the friend said. This is what I mean. He needs... If these people are propping him up, it's even fucking. At least he has less avenue of hurt. The friend said, "Oh, it's so what? He was just he was attracted to you probably, and he not like he hurt you, did he? He
You're
didn't
so
hurt
hot."
You.
Yeah.
He said. She said, "Consider it flattering that a guy 14 years younger was attracted to you." That's what her friend said.
Lady,
a young man wanted a hard dick in your ass crack. You should be flattered. Wow.
He could be fucking 25-year-olds, and instead he wants you.
He's trying to fuck you. Doesn't that make you feel good? Wow.
I mean, for that,
else.
With that kind of logic, Bill Cosby should have never been put in jail because...
No, you should be flattered that a man of 73 years was that attracted to you. The man's
Harvey
60 years
Weinstein
older.
could probably fuck anybody.
Oh, they should be thrilled that he's someone so much older.
Very rich and powerful man. You should be thrilled that he wants to fuck you.
Jesus, this is horrifying. So she said she later would regret that she waited until 2021 to speak with police about this 2010 incident. She figured she could just forget about it and it would go away, basically. So meanwhile, he keeps gaining renown in the climbing world. Apparently, the crazier you are, the better of a climber you are.
Wow.
That's how this works. It must be.
It takes a lot of balls for sure, but if you're pent up, then I guess you can climb fucking anything, huh?
I guess so. I'm going to read a sentence that we're not going to understand at all. Quote, the list of first ascents and sends of difficult bouldering problems, most of them chronicled on the popular website 8a.nu. You know that popular website that we all go to all the time, everybody out there?
Sounds like 4chan for hikers.
Yeah, it totally does. You know, there's like Amazon and 8a.nu. Those are the two most popular ones. Google is up there. YouTube is
.nu?
.nu. This was growing. He said, as he completed his 5-year probation for assaulting Headland, Barrett lived out of his truck and was a constant presence in places like the Buttermilks, climbing full-time and working odd jobs.
Yeah.
Most of our athletes don't live in their trucks till well after their career has taken a shit.
It all.
Yeah, this guy's like in his prime and he's living in his truck.
He's already in a Tacoma.
Yeah. Usually they get crazy because their house is too big and they just can't take it. This guy's doing this. So I guess they say in this article, back in the early 2000s, bouldering had become popular enough, supported by gear companies and tourism, that climbers like Barrett could make a living out of it. And after he got out of jail, they said he's been riding a wave that he helped create. Yeah, but this wave leads to your truck as a place to sleep. That's not a great wave to be on.
Yeah, that's not
like
positive.
this. The wave takes you to Gilligan's Island. It's like, this is terrible. I don't want to be here. We can't get off. So over the next 5 years, he self-published 3 popular guidebooks and received gear support from Asana, which sells crash pads and other climbing accessories. And blogs and social media further fueled the sport's popularity, and it seemed as long as Barrett maintained that he was a groundbreaking rock climber, then the community had his back still, even though he's obviously a shitbag. So that's why these people are like saying, oh, brush it off. It's fine. Just be happy he's a younger man, wanted to fuck you, because they think of him as like this cool guy that they want to help.
Very impressive, yeah.
Climber and guidebook author Willis Young wrote, quote, it's good to finally hear that Charlie Barrett has defeated his nemesis, the Spectre. I guess that was a certain rock there. He wrote in December 2009, he'd had the early moves of the problem and the moves around the lip on lockdown last season, and yet would spin off every time he tried to hold the swing after the long move left in the middle of the crux.
Right.
Which is my problem for years.
The crux gets you every time.
Every time with the lip, I swing over. It's obviously, I can't do it. It sucks. Young, who declined to be interviewed, either didn't know or failed to mention that the likely reason he had been delayed in completing the problem was that he was in jail. So a judge granted Bonnie Headland a protective order in October 2008, stating that Barrett was to remain at least 100 yards from her at all times.
All right.
Okay. The order would remain in effect till 2012. The judge also issued a protective order for her dog, which I didn't know you could get.
I mean, you should.
Yeah.
I love that you can.
Scruffy, complainant, Scruffy.
A victim.
Victim, Scruffy. You can't go near his bowl, his food.
50 feet away from Scruffy at all times.
That peg in the yard that his leash is tied to, you can't go near that. That's all his. Oh,
unless the leash is longer than 50 feet.
That's it. That tree he likes to piss on the edge of the yard, you can't get to stay away from that. So Headland said she was trying to recover from this trauma, hanging out in the Buttermilks, and was determined to get back to climbing in the Eastern Sierra, which she called her happy place. But she said she didn't want to run into Charles Barrett and his friends.
Okay.
So she said all the climbing in California had become kind of a danger zone because you never knew where he's going to be.
Yeah.
She said, when I would go climbing, I'd be so afraid of running into him. But it made me angry. I didn't do anything wrong. Why did I have to avoid the outdoor places I loved? Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. One day in November 2008, after Barrett had been charged with the violence, but before he was sent to jail, Bonnie Hedlund decided to follow the advice of a court-appointed victims advocate and her friends, which was to walk up to Barrett at the Buttermilks and tell him that he needed to leave, that he's violating the protective order. That's what they all said to do that. She said, he just looked at me and he laughed, and his friends just stood there. That's when I realized they all believed the lies about me that Charlie had told them. It was devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the cool guy, so they all just believe him. I guess her friend Jake Daly said that she suffered 2 traumas during that period, the assault by Barrett and the alienation from the climbing community. She said that close friends stuck by her, like Jake Daly, but many others distanced themselves, and Barrett told everybody that he was the victim.
Oh.
Daly said she was stunned and accused of blowing things out of proportion. There were people who idolized Charlie, and he was their connection to greatness. Being around him made them feel cool, and they didn't want to lose that. Yeah, this is the same way why people didn't report. All these powerful people are do this shit because they like being in their orbit.
Right.
To protect herself and minimize near debilitating trauma symptoms, Bonnie stopped climbing. She also got shitloads of locks and fucking alarms and everything else for her house.
This ruined her life.
Ruined her. She kept mace in her home, in her car. She slept with a baseball bat under her bed and checked behind the shower curtain. She said, I would be awake all night sitting on my counter and shaking, waiting for something to happen. Mm-hmm. Well, something's going to happen here. February 2014, Charles is arrested in Mono County for public intoxication.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's not a big
He's
deal.
not supposed to be drinking.
Not supposed to be drinking, though. That's right. I guess Bonnie said that in the weeks before and after the arrest, he called her home phone in the middle of the night, breathing heavily.
Oh.
Just having a period of being a little fucked up here. She could tell it was him because his number appeared on her caller ID. He didn't even hide it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, that's how you could tell. How do you know it was him?
Giveaway, man.
Well, it says Charles Barrett on this right here. The drinking and phone calls were both probation violations, according to the plea deal, and that's 2 years in jail. She said this was the second time he had violated his probation before. In July 2010, court records show that he failed a urine test for alcohol, which means you had to have drank it within like 12 hours, basically, for that to be in your system. If you drank it a day and a half ago, you wouldn't be in there. Boy. He had to show up drunk for it, basically. That's crazy. So he was ordered by the Inyo County officials to attend a 12-week substance abuse program, but wasn't given additional jail time.
Okay.
According to the probation officer's report, the program provider called Barrett a mid-stage alcoholic who had a history of alcohol abuse with sporadic binge episodes. And the provider's recommendation for Barrett was don't drink no matter what.
Yeah, right.
Alcohol, especially if you're bipolar, do not add chemicals to that are
and
not prescribed to you.
Mid-stage alcoholic, so he's close to a problem.
Yeah, he's a fucking mess. So after the 2014 violations, Bonnie Hedlund wrote to the Mono County District Attorney's Office and asked that the penalties for the probation violations be enforced, actually.
Yeah.
But a Mono County DA named David Anderson informed Bonnie that the county would not be taking steps to jail Barrett, even though they could. Yeah. He also pointed out that Barrett's probation could not be extended either. So we're not going to do anything, basically.
Okay.
They said he was just a few weeks away from completing the maximum 5-year probation period and was not legally eligible for additional time. They said we would normally give some jail time and put him back on probation. The only option is to sentence him to prison for domestic violence, for his domestic violence case against you. And the judge already said he will not do that. So we're at an impasse. Instead, he was required to attend another 12-week substance abuse program. Hedlund was issued a new criminal protection order, or criminal protective order, I should say, which didn't really do anything because he violated it last time. So she's like, that doesn't really matter. He laughed at it. According to Valerie Hanneman, who is a psychologist from Flagstaff, who this reporter asked to look at court documents from the case, Bonnie's fears weren't They weren't,
They weren't
unwarranted
unfounded?
here.
Yeah.
Hanneman was the clinical director of crisis counseling for the nonprofit Victim Witness Services from 2018 to 2023, counseled domestic violence victims for more than 35 years. She said, reading over everything, she considered Charles Barrett to be, quote, very dangerous. Mm-hmm. She said she doesn't diagnose from afar, which means she's not a quack, so that's good.
Sure, yeah.
She said that he fit the mold of a certain kind of male abuser, one who doesn't often respond to anger management classes or substance abuse programs, and one that sometimes ignores protective orders.
Yeah.
She said they have very strong narcissistic characteristics and are not capable of normal relationships. They groom their victims with love bombs, rose petals in the driveway, hanging notes, then take them as hostages. If you cross them, they will find you and hurt you. They think the rules of society don't apply to them.
Okay.
Which telling cops you'll kill them and slashing their tires obviously says you don't think the rules apply to you.
Right. Yeah.
Even for a legitimate arrest. So that's a lot. So they said, by the way, according to the Justice Department, of the nearly 5,000 women who were murdered in the U.S. in 2021,
21?
Yeah, there's more guys that were killed than that, but still, that's because they kill each other a lot.
Yeah, because guys kill guys, yeah.
34% were killed by an intimate partner. So 1/3 of the women murdered were killed by an intimate partner. I don't know.
That right there is why they first look at the husband or whoever. Yeah.
And why they sometimes don't look at the wife is because the rate of partner homicide for women is 5 times higher than for men.
Wow.
So that's crazy. So they said that it's her attempts, basically, Bonnie's attempts to get law enforcement to give a shit and the climbing community too, didn't matter at all. Here is a climber named Kevin Jorgensen on Facebook in October 2014 and said, I'm excited to see my friend Charlie Barrett is close to releasing a new guidebook for Tuolumne. Check it out and pre-order your copy. So people are plugging him and all that. Interesting. Wow. Then, in the years after his 2009 release, Bonnie said that Barrett continued to harass her. We know about the phone calls. This reporter said that this reporter, by the way, for climbing.com went in fucking. I mean, this. She should work for, I don't know, somebody else because this.
She's wonderful.
She really investigates. And
yeah.
This is awesome. I mean, this is like the lady that wrote the Epstein book, the reporter in Miami there that wrote the Epstein book. Perversion of Justice, maybe? I read it. I can't fucking remember.
That's a hell of a title.
It's perfect.
Wow.
Because they're talking about how they let him go in 2019 because he was friends with everybody powerful. That was the point. And he's a pervert. It works perfect.
Oh, my levels. God, it's beautiful.
It's the greatest book title of all time. So anyway, they continue to harass and all this type of shit. And this lady did a great job of, this reporter did a great job of figuring this all out. So she says, as I discovered over the course of a year spent researching his background and court records, just to give you an idea of how much work this person did, he was accused of sexually assaulting 4 other female climbers.
Oh, Barrett.
Between 2010 and 2017.
Wow.
Think about that.
That's a lot.
Federal investigators told this reporter that there could be many more victims who stayed silent. Yeah, if there's 4 that reported it, there's 20 that didn't, period.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
Especially if they were other climbers. They were probably like, he's real popular. No one's going to believe me. The captain of the football team diddled me and no one's buying it. So I just won't say anything.
Right.
Wow. Records show that during a 14-year period starting in 2008, at least 9 criminal protective orders or restraining orders were obtained against Barrett by 4 women who all said they feared for their lives.
Dang.
He's got a thing that he does.
Yeah.
During this time, he was still praised by everybody in the climbing community about his guidebooks and all that. Alex Honnold said in a 2019 article in Tahoe Quarterly, Charlie is a very strong, naturally talented climber, a friend of Honnold's and a strong climber in his own right, the piece said. Barrett is primarily known for pioneering some of the hardest bouldering routes in California. And Barrett was the subject of a glowing profile in the July 2016 issue of Climbing.
Climbing.com.
Just Climbing.
Oh,
That's
right.
the magazine. Online, it's climbing.com. So the 2016 Climbing article, James Lucas was a friend of Barrett's who says he didn't know the real story of the assault on Bonnie. In an interview, he told this reporter that wrote all about Barrett that he'd heard Barrett was attacked by her dog and was protecting himself.
Right.
So he gave that shit story to everybody, and they all
Told
bought
everybody that. Wow.
In 2016, Climbing Magazine published a profile of Barrett that Lucas reported and wrote. The story was removed by Climbing's website in 2018 after the magazine's editor became aware of Barrett's history of assaults and alleged harassment. Lucas made passing mention of Barrett's legal troubles and detailed his claim that he suffered debilitating panic attacks. These attacks, Lucas concluded, were the source of his problems. He said, quote, "Charlie did not want me to put anything about his arrests in his story. My goal was just to focus on his character as a climber. Looking back, that wasn't such a good idea." No?
Is that right?
No. Yeah, weird. But my thinking then was that he was my friend and I wanted to believe he was a good person. All right. Now, around this time where glowing profiles of him are coming out, Barrett meets a young woman who court documents identify as KG. So by then he's no longer banned from Yosemite, and he asked KG to join him on a bouldering trip up to the Tuolumne Meadows. Tuolumne? I don't know. In mid-August of 2016. On the first night, he suggested they take a walk from the busy campground where they were staying to a dark, secluded meadow to watch a meteor shower. That could be romantic.
It's awful.
If you're not terrified of someone, that could be good. Once there, he pushed her to the ground, put his hands around her neck, and began strangling her.
Oh, boy.
She told investigators that she couldn't breathe and thought she was going to die. That's what happens. Jesus Christ, that is wild. But by the way, this article says data on men who assault women shows that strangulation is a primary indicator of intent to kill, increasing the victim's chance of death by more than 750%. Yeah. The want of putting your hand around a woman's neck and squeezing
that's a very specific thing. Yeah.
I won't even do that if you beg me. I am not explaining that shit to the police.
You just got big mitts, babe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I got big mitts and a 5'1" wife. I'm not going to come over and go, well, she said she wanted me to do it. No.
Yeah, but your fingers
If
overlap.
She needed that. Yeah, but they go all the way around. Yeah.
You can touch your thumb.
I could literally put my hands around her ankles and touch on the other side.
Really?
Yeah, because I have big hands and she's small. So it's like I'm not putting my hand around anybody's neck. And if anybody needs to come 10% harder, they're on their own. Because fuck you. I'm not going to prison for the rest of my life.
Why don't you wrap your own hands?
For that shit. Yeah, figure it out. I'll do anything. That's the one thing I'm not doing. I'm not joking anybody.
That would be a wild thing to look up at, right?
Not doing it.
Just strangling herself.
Whatever gets you go. This is how fucked up guys are. We wouldn't care.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Wouldn't give a fuck.
Probably come.
That's what I mean. If you're getting off on it, we'd be thrilled about it. Great.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We don't care. You can do anything. And we'd be like, that seems normal. I don't know. We don't care.
It's like a handle, though, I guess. I don't know.
We don't judge.
No. I'll do it now.
Yeah. So according to a March 2023 motion from the prosecution, Jesus Christ, Barrett then pulled KG's pants down. I just keep thinking it's Kevin Garnett, and it's the sight of it is making me.
Kevin Garnett's
or he'd be like, "What you doing, motherfucker?" And he'd punch him.
KG.
KG's like mad hood too. Like to hear him saying that shit, he'd be like, "Yo, motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck you up," and he'd be like wailing on this guy. You're gonna wish you were on a rock, motherfucker, when I'm done with you. So, okay, that's the last of the comedy for this, for this particular story, because this sucks. So from then, he pulled KG's pants down and violently raped her.
Oh, my God.
Which it's only funny if you picture that being Kevin Garnett, and that's crazy.
Otherwise, it's horrible.
It's horrible. Over a period of several days, Barrett allegedly sexually assaulted her 2 more times.
Mm-hmm.
She explained to investigators why she didn't attempt to run away or call for help. She said that if she did, she feared he would kill her later because he's obviously a loose cannon here. She didn't report the assault to federal authorities until April 2020. She responded to a text from Barrett after the trip and said that she no longer wanted to see him. She said, quote, "I don't hang out with guys who rape me." Yeah.
Great answer. Yeah.
That's the perfect answer.
Yeah.
And now it's on there, too. And so, fucking wow. That angered him, of course, because, how dare you not like me raping you?
Yeah.
So for the next several years, according to prosecution filings, he became obsessed with either winning her back or terrifying her into shutting the fuck up. One of the two. One of the investigators wrote, she monitored social media for things Barrett might post about her because she was worried Barrett would come after her. Another court document noted Barrett harassed and intimidated KG by sending her text messages designed to show her he was still aware of her location. In October 2019, in a part to distance herself from Barrett, KG moved to east central Kentucky's Red River Gorge, a popular climate. Stop moving to places with mountains.
Yeah.
If you want to get away from this guy, move to Nebraska.
Yeah,
That's it.
Move to Kansas, yeah.
Not that you should have to live in a flat shithole like that, but if you go there, you'll never see him.
Zero chance of seeing him in Oklahoma.
Oh, shit. So apparently she moved there. This is a popular climbing area inside Daniel Boone National Forest. Yeah. A few days after she arrived, she got a text, according to court records, from Barrett, who had apparently heard about the move and followed her. Quote, "Hey, know we had a weird time and don't want any awkwardness. Hope you're crushing."
Oh, boy.
A weird time? That's a strange way to talk about rape. So he also apparently interfered with KG's ability to find employment in the new location. The owner of a restaurant where she applied for a waitressing job would later tell federal investigators that Barrett approached him and said that KG was, quote, insane and would cause problems for his business.
Ha! The guy's insane.
He's following her around to menial job applications and ruining it for her. The owner said he expressed concerns to law enforcement about Barrett's stalking of KG. Investigators add this to the list of shit here. Around this time, Barrett decided that the Yosemite Rangers were after him again. An investigator's report described how Barrett focused on one of the Rangers who'd arrested him in 2005, 10 years ago, telling several friends in person and via text over a course of a couple of weeks that he was going to murder the Rangers' twin 9-year-old daughters.
What?
That is...
You can't say that.
Crazy. I don't care how cool your friend is. That's crazy. Are you okay?
You're sick. You're
Where's
sick.
your... Give me a laughing emoji after that. Something. He also talked about revenge on Lonnie Koch. Remember his friend who wouldn't back him up?
Right.
The Kochman. He started using fake Instagram accounts with no photos or profile information as a tool for harassment. According to court documents, federal investigators who seized his laptop, Barrett's laptop, as evidence for the Yosemite case stated that he'd used this tactic. Koch said all these fake Instagram accounts were just hating on me. Just hating on me, man. Yeah. He described comments he got when he posted photos from climbing and snowboarding trips. The comments here, he assumed it was Barrett. The comments attached to photos of first ascents by Koch included taunts like, "I'm going to kick your ass and the Bishop climbing community hates you."
Okay, wow. Well, I mean, yeah, if you choke a woman, if you beat women, and you're probably
aren't gonna like
that community that you're quote unquote famous in is probably going to fire back, especially on the internet. Fuck.
No. He was saying that about Koch.
To Koch?
That's him posting on Koch's posts.
He's making bot accounts to comment to Koch?
Yes. I'm going to kick your ass and the Bishop climbing community
and we hate you.
Also,
because you don't take up arms for us.
Yeah. Koch was a climbing ambassador for La Sportiva, and he said that Barrett posted negative comments about him on the brand's social media pages. He would send Koch texts of eyeball emojis and call him at all hours from what Barrett would describe later to investigators as burner phones.
That is stalking. Good Lord.
Koch said when he was interviewed about the assault of KG in Yosemite, he learned that some of the other climbers who were interviewed said that Barrett had told them he wanted to kill Koch. Koch said, "I was always looking over my shoulder." Meanwhile, Barrett is telling friends that he's going to kill himself. all the time.
Okay.
One incident was in the Tuolumne Meadows in September 2016 when he sent a text message to a friend telling him that he had two handguns, a 44 and a 45. Yeah. And he said that he, according to a Park Service report, Barrett said that he was going to, quote, die with her, but no one knew who he meant.
All right.
The friends called 911. The park special response team was dispatched, and negotiators found him in the forest and coaxed him out. He had no weapons on him. He's just full of shit.
Just mouthing off.
He was taken to the Community Regional Medical Center in Fresno, where he was held for psychiatric evaluation and then released a few days later. By late 2016, he's got a new girlfriend.
Oh, yeah?
EB. So you know good things are happening to her when we can't know her name.
Initials?
Yep. A climber and Pilates teacher based in wherever the fuck, just west of Santa Rosa. So someone with a good thighs and ass, basically, is what she just described. They dated for a few months, but she broke it off over what an investigator called increasingly volatile behavior, including attempts to ascertain her movements and prevent her from seeing friends.
Oh, boy.
After they broke up, he would show up uninvited at her house and demand to see her, and was allowed inside. He then took her phone away.
Yeah.
And according to what she told investigators, quote, held me down and raped her.
Oh, boy.
Or held her down and raped her. After that, she would no longer let him in the home, obviously, and he repeatedly attempted to break in.
Wow.
He's outside trying to jimmy a window. The guy that you know is there to rape you. That's terrifying. She should have got a fucking shotgun, for Christ's sake. So a police report describes a break-in attempt that occurred in January of 2017, prompting her to call 911. And they said, dispatch advised me that she could hear over the phone EB yelling to Barrett to leave her alone. Dispatch advised that she believed Barrett was actively attempting to force entry through the back of her residence. So the cops come and arrest him in front of her house.
Yeah.
He insisted, not that I didn't know I had a restraining order or whatever, or not even this is the wrong house. He said, I'm not Charles Barrett. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not who you think I am.
I'm not even him. I'm, quote, just passing through. Just passing through, decided to break into some houses. I don't know what the problem is here.
He's a cowboy now. I'm just passing through.
Oh, my God, just passing through. Again, he tipped his cap. He pulled the front of his hat down. Yeah, he was charged with 3 misdemeanor counts, which could have given him 2 years in jail, but he's not going to get that. In another deal, the Sonoma County District Attorney dismissed 2 of the charges, and he pleaded no contest to misdemeanor trespassing.
Oh.
All of the shit he's done is all added up to like 3 misdemeanors, which is crazy. He got a 24-month suspended sentence conditional on him not harassing or contacting EB again. Wow.
24 months suspended?
Suspended sentence.
Wow.
I think it's about time he gets 2 years. You know what I mean? So he obtained an emergency protective order in 2017. She obtained that January of 2017, which he violated immediately.
Yeah.
Court documents describe how he went to the home of a friend, a well-known climber, and attempted to use his cell phone to call and harass her. The friend later told investigators he'd refused to let Barrett use the phone, but heard from EB the next day that Barrett had somehow called from his number to, quote, threaten her life. EB would later tell federal investigators that the fear of Barrett prompted her not to challenge the plea deal or his violation of the protective order. According to court documents, quote, Barrett threatened that if she continued to pursue the charges against him, he would, quote, ruin her life and do unspeakable things to her.
Right.
What, like rape? You've raped her already.
Yeah,
what more unspeakable?
What more can you do?
This is horrifying.
Yeah.
You've broken her house and raped her, for fuck's sake. That's nuts. Allegedly, I guess. I don't fucking know. So he's a menace out there.
Yeah.
Allegedly. He's an alleged menace here. Where do you even go with this guy?
To jail.
Just prison, right? There's no other option here.
Yeah.
He's a fucking asshole.
As a friend, you should kick the living shit out of him. See, he needs somebody.
No one should be friends with this guy. Yeah.
He needs somebody in his life to tell him that he's a mess and that he's got to fix it. Yeah.
He really does. He's got to fix it. Yeah. This guy, you know what he needs to do? He needs to be brought back in time and like placed in like the Bronx Tale neighborhood for a day. Just to, I think those guys would be like, what are you fucking doing right now?
Yeah. The fuck's
She
wrong
don't
with
want to fucking see you.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you right now? I mean
everybody
you got kids
needs
with
that
her?
friend.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. What's
Everybody
wrong
needs
with
a
you,
friend to tell them you're fucking dumb.
Hey, fucking dummy, friend.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, he's a menace. Nobody knows where he is at any point, this Charles Barrett. All we know is at one point he smelled something delicious and he went into a shop and he ran into the shawarma man, everybody. And he says, how is it you've come to arrive here? Why you come? Why you come? I have daughter run around this place now. The shawarma man settled down. I do, this place family restaurant. You come in.
She's very small.
She's very, very small. You know, rape her, please. And I no make for you. You're no good. By the way, maybe you have little something else in your pocket, shawarma man. You know how you have the problem back. No. You know what? No, I don't even want you. We
Doesn't
know
it
party.
sound like he does coke?
We know party. You're not even fun, man. You're not even fun. You just drink, you rape, and I don't know. Good for you. I don't make it. You
bad
go.
guy.
Sign say closed. You go. And then poof, in a cloud of tzatziki and pita, he's gone.
Tomatoes.
And he's very confused, our man here, Charles Barrett, has no idea what happened. But know who does have an idea? A friend of his named Mike Wickwire.
Yeah.
Wickwire. He's a climber who grew up in Davis and was a longtime acquaintance of Barrett's and was in the process of purchasing a home in Las Vegas when he heard from Barrett in mid-2017. Charles said, I'm moving to Vegas. I need a place to live.
Yeah.
He said, I got a girlfriend out there who's a nurse, and I want to hang out with her, and I want to spend the winter climbing in the Nevada desert. Think you could help me? Now, Wickwire said he knew that Barrett had some fuck-ups in his past, but he agreed that summer to rent him a room. He said, I just decided I was going to trust him.
Yeah.
So he let him move in after closing on the house in October. He said, Charlie seemed like a really nice guy at first. He is really good at fooling people. He fooled me.
Oh.
Yeah. So he said that Wickwire told this reporter that he'd heard about the 2008 assault on Bonnie Headland from other climbers who said, he said, quote, the story was told to me that one day in the Buttermilks, Charlie and his girlfriend got in a fight. She spit in his face and he backhanded her. That's why he did 6 months jail time. People were saying they both had blame.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So one day in November 2017, not long after Barrett gets to Vegas, Stephanie Forte, remember her? She said she's shocked to see him climbing at her gym and later to discover that he was living in her hometown.
And later to discover he did not escape from prison and he's out here on the land.
Yeah, exactly. He should be fucking looking over his shoulder, like firing a revolver over his shoulder.
He's allowed to do this legally. That's crazy.
According to her account in a police report, she didn't want Barrett invading her safe space and posing a risk to other women. Yeah. She talked to gym management about Barrett's criminal history and after repeated requests succeeded in getting him banned from the facility that month.
All right.
Yeah, he's a rapist. He's going to be raping everybody. Around this time, the nurse Barrett was seeing broke up with him. Yeah. According to a report filed 4 years later by a federal investigator working on the Yosemite case who'd collected information on other victims, quote, she said she broke up with him because of abuse directed at her, combined with the way he described past incidents of physical and sexual abuse involving other women. She described the relationship as going from extremes where Barrett was loving and caring, and then him immediately changing and becoming physically aggressive and verbally berating her. Yeah, fucking psychopath.
Yeah.
Wickwire, by the way, gets harassed too. On Facebook, Barrett repeatedly posted that he was going to commit suicide, causing distant friends to call 911. And this Wickwire's like, the cops are coming to my house all the time. They'd show up at my house to do a welfare check, he was saying, and Barrett would jump the back fence to get away. So Wickwire said he started locking his bedroom door at night because Barrett would sneak into his room to use his phone for harassment calls.
Yeah.
He also says he trashed my house. He was probably drinking 30 beers a day. He wasn't violent. He was just drunk 24/7.
Good Lord.
Holy fuck. That's more than one an hour. That's a lot. Wickwire and Barrett agreed that Barrett would move out on December 1st, which he did, with the understanding he would stay away from the place going forward. But in response to being banned from the house, he just started making physical threats. One text message, according to Wickwire, said things like, quote, "You're not going to walk for a while, stupid fuck. Ever taste pavement? I have people who have your address."
Oh, boy.
Barrett also threatened the house. According to a federal investigator's report, he gained admission to the hospital ER, or the nurse, not the house, the nurse he was going out with. He gained admission to the hospital ER where she worked, saying that he was suicidal.
Oh.
Then he got out of bed to follow her around. He was just doing that to get near her, causing staff to worry about her safety. The investigator also described Barrett phoning the nurse and impersonating a police officer to make her believe he had actually killed himself.
Holy.
Oh, God. The report says she would come home and find Barrett sitting in her backyard. She feared to leave her home because he parked in front of her house or down the street and he would follow her if she left. The nurse obtained a restraining order in June 2018, saying that she was terrified Barrett was going to kill her. In this instance, the police apparently couldn't locate Barrett and the order was never served. I think this is a lot.
Yeah, what? Why can you...
So most of Barrett's anger was aimed at Forte, though, that woman. He took being banned from the climbing gym as fuck, that's his ultimate. You really fucked him now. And he basically had a 5-year campaign of retaliation that this reporter said would turn her life upside down. In December 2017, she was visiting family in New Jersey for the holidays. She got a disturbing text message from Bill Ramsey, her friend and next-door neighbor in Vegas. Ramsey's also a longtime climber in the area. Ramsey had received a series of text messages from Barrett warning he was going to take care of Forte and then kill himself.
Uh-oh.
According to the police report, Ramsey had initially tried to support Barrett when he moved to town, but now he was worried about Forte's safety. Barrett knew that Ramsey was her neighbor and continued to send cryptic, ominous text messages to Ramsey that would later on be in police reports. He wrote December 19th, 2017, "Tell Stephanie she won. I have friends that are going to her house." That doesn't sound like a winner.
No.
According to records, Ramsey sought to distance himself from Barrett, who was living out of his truck and traveling between climbing areas in 2018. But the texts kept coming, even though Ramsey rarely responded to them. He threatened Forte with violence as well as a defamation suit. Ramsey shared the messages with Forte, who had blocked Barrett on her phone and social media. Once on March 25th, 2018, Charles wrote, "Tell Stephanie she is warned. I am going to court." Okay. April 5th, he said, "You there? I'm killing myself tonight. Thanks for the good times. Yeah, tell Steph she won."
Oh, boy.
August 10th, "Dude, Stephanie is about to get worked. You can text me if you want. She's done, though."
Get worked? That's what you say about a dude. Like,
yeah, you're going to punch
about
him.
to go work a woman? That's fucked
up,
She's
about
man.
to get worked. Did you ever taste pavement, Stephanie?
Oh, yeah,
hey,
right?
Stephanie, you ever taste pavement? Like, well, that's the craziest thing ever. Stephanie is like the craziest name to threaten that violence to. Federal investigators would later learn that in 2018, Barrett told a friend, a professional climber, that he planned to kill Forte. Yeah. The friend said he didn't take it seriously and wrongly assumed it had something to do with Barrett having a crush on her from a long time ago. Just blew it off.
Yeah.
He repeatedly posted on social media that Forte was determined to ruin his life. In September 2018, he removed his Facebook profile photo and replaced it with a picture of Forte climbing. He found other photos of her online and posted them as well. One showed Forte smiling and sitting at the base of a climb. Barrett's caption read, I don't always ruin people's lives, but when I do, I smile."
I'm an interesting guy.
Yeah, well, it's her, though. Like, look at her. Yeah. Barrett named a new climbing route at Tuolumne Meadows, quote, "Fuck you, Steph Forte, fuck you," since he found that he got to name it. He promoted the route to his approximately 5,000 Instagram followers in October 2019, and it was posted on the Best of 8A Instagram account. You know, the 8a.nu, most popular site in the world. The Tahoe Quarterly piece came out around that time, and ESPN.com profiled Alex Hanold in September, describing Barrett as Hanold's friend and climbing partner.
Yeah.
Hanold discussed that period at length with this reporter in the summer of 2023. He mentioned that his friendship with Barrett was sporadic. He said, "I would see Charlie once every few years for like a day or two." And he acknowledged that he had a blind spot about him like many people did. He said that his knowledge of violent behavior of Charles came primarily from rumors he heard around the campfire, and he said the rumors were often dismissed. He said people cut him more slack because he's incredibly talented, and he wrote those guidebooks and established really hard climbs. He said he'd heard stories about a few professional climbers that he knew who'd been in relationships with Barrett who got punched in the face.
Yeah.
He said, I thought, that's crazy. But then I immediately thought maybe he was really drunk and they were fighting, and that's how he ended up punching her in the face, and she's a very strong person who holds her own and, dismissing punching women in the face. He said, I just try to see the best in people. Oh, that's nice.
Is that right?
Wow, you need to get him on a jury if you're ever in trouble, because he's just trying to see the best in people.
Evidently, there was a bunch of those people on the OJ trial, too.
I was going to say, they just want to see the best in him. That's exactly what it is.
Wow.
The violence was a step beyond what I could imagine, he said, which I guess is why I had a blind spot around it. And the depressed alcoholic thing is an easy way to mask some of the actual violence. Oh, my God. So when Barrett was climbing in Kentucky in 2019 and 20, where KG had moved, tires on his truck were slashed. He said on Instagram that Forte, who was living in Vegas, might have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she went to Kentucky to slash his tires.
Right.
Later, when two different girlfriends broke up with him, he blamed that on Forte. Interesting. He said, he posted on Instagram in 2021, harsh reality to wake up to. Steph 2, Charlie 0.
She is stalking the shit out of him and just destroying his life.
It's now everything that bad that happens to him is her doing in her.
All her.
He would occasionally succeed in sending Forte messages by using his fake Instagram accounts. Mm-hmm. Those all became materials retrieved from his phone and laptop that prosecutors sought as evidence of how he tried to intimidate people. In May of 2020, using an account called Sean_5540, he said of Forte, "You are an absolute piece of shit human, but I'm sure you know that."
Wow.
And then from another different account in September, he said, "You're going down."
Yeah.
Barrett told friends he was trying to get his life back and was working on filing a defamation suit against Forte. He said women were conspiring against him to capitalize on Me Too.
What?
There were so many assholes during that period that had a lot of very legitimate charges against them.
Oh,
Like,
boy.
I'm just getting Me Too'd. It's like, yeah, stupid, because you did a bunch of shit. You did a bunch of shit, not one thing, a bunch of shit.
Yeah, it's just, I don't know, people are just being vocal about their experiences with you.
They're just mentioning it
What's
now.
the problem?
That's all. Yeah. Oh, Christ. He often closed his online complaints about Forte and others with the hashtag #MenToo.
Don't do that.
You jackass. That means you got diddled also.
Yeah.
Men also get diddled, I believe, is what that means. Like, you got Terry Crews or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, yeah.
Yeah, I think. So anyway, by late 2021, he knew he might be going back to prison soon. Federal authorities had opened an investigation into the 2016 assault of KG in Yosemite. Mm-hmm. Christy McGee, a lead detective, had worked more than 100 sexual assault cases for National Park Service's Investigative Services Branch and had formally interviewed Barrett in July of that year. For Barrett, this was a big deal. This is, federal authorities are looking at you on a big scale. In early 2022, he showed up at the Mammoth Hospital emergency room asking for help. He was admitted on January 5th at 2 a.m. Mammoth Lake's police report filed 2 days later at the request of the worried hospital staff described him as a, quote, suicidal and homicidal patient. That's how you treat that.
Danger to myself and others.
Yeah.
Horribly, yeah.
You got to tie him down to tell him everything's going to be okay?
Yeah.
Jesus. So he said that he intended to drive to Vegas and kill Forte. He also said that he was being investigated by federal authorities for sexual assault and gave them McGee's phone number, who was the authority, the detective. Hospital staff called McGee, who contacted Forte the next morning to inform her of the threat. Meanwhile, Mammoth police helped Forte obtain a protective order against him from a judge. Barrett was held overnight in the ER where he was evaluated by staff physician, who would later tell police that Barrett described wanting to kill Forte because Forte had ruined his life, but he couldn't describe how or give her examples. The physician added that Barrett said he wanted to cut the legs off of everyone that has ruined his life. Cut the legs off them.
Yeah.
She said she felt uneasy being around Barrett, so she left the room he was in, according to the report. She believed that his threats should be taken seriously. He was transferred from the ER to a regional mental health facility for 24 hours of evaluation and placed under mandatory hold to prevent him from leaving on his own. Mammoth police were waiting for Barrett in the parking lot when he was discharged. After an interview at the station, he was arrested on 2 felony counts of stalking and making criminal threats.
Yep.
While in a holding cell, he tied a shoelace around his neck and then to a doorknob in what he claimed was a suicide attempt.
Okay.
Dude.
Yeah.
No.
Small
Give
one.
me a very, come on.
Help me with my fucking fall.
You could help me with my fucking fall. An officer intervened and simply untied the shoelace. That's how he thwarted the attempt.
Pulled the bunny ear.
Didn't exactly Aaron Hernandez the deal where he put like shit
He
down.
loop swoop and pulled it, James.
Yeah, this guy had bunny ears happening with his fucking hanging attempt. Oh, man. Court records show that he went back to harassing Forte and other women using burner phones and fake Instagram accounts after he's released on bail.
Yeah.
Then Forte goes into hiding.
Uh-oh.
She was trying to isolate herself. In 2018, she stopped climbing and invested in a security system for her home. In 2019, she closed her PR agency, not wanting to have a public profile.
Yeah.
Wow. In 2022, death threat pushed her deeper into hiding. She moved to a high-security gated complex and turned down work that required her to appear in public. Okay. Bonnie Headland, too, was still in the mix here, which is crazy. Holy shit. She got a middle-of-the-night call from Barrett in June of 2022 after her protective order had expired.
Oh, boy.
In the summer of 2022, Barrett's offered another deal by the Mono County Deputy District Attorney. He pleaded no contest to one misdemeanor count of threatening with intent to terrorize. Stalking charge dismissed.
Yeah.
He's always offered fucking deals.
Yeah.
He always takes the deal and then would return to his routine, which he did here. He texted Bill Ramsey in June asking Ramsey to take his side while saying something about Forte. Quote, "If you want to be a part of the stand against women ruining men, you're more than welcome. I'm so damn happy she's going down." Okay, so then he's arrested by federal authorities and charged with sexually assaulting the woman in Yosemite. Remember?
Yeah.
The KG. The indictment charges him with 3 felony counts, including aggravated sexual assault.
Wow.
I don't see how you're going to get a misdemeanor out of this.
No, you're not going to. You can't plea that one.
No, he's 38 at this point, too. It ain't cute, dude. This is a lot. So he appeared before a judge and was given a deferred judgment for the misdemeanor violation with no jail time.
Mm-hmm.
Huh? This is for the stalking, I guess. Forte was terrified by the prospect of him being free. In a victim impact statement she read at the hearing, she talked about how various police officers had advised her to buy a gun to protect herself. Okay. One told her, "Barrett can snap and victims end up dead." She said, "Today I'm begging the court to help me not end up as that victim. I do not believe the plea deal or telling Mr. Barrett not to drink will bring this to an end."
Right.
After she finished, they emphasized that Barrett was not to contact her under any circumstance. The judge told Barrett that it's time to straighten up and fly right, mister.
Now?
Now.
That's it. All right.
He said, "You're in that subculture of incredibly brave people who free climb up mountains that most people wouldn't think of climbing at all." What does this have to do with the rape charge? That is strength. That is perseverance. That is mental discipline that few ever reach. But you need to apply that to your personal conduct as well. Yeah, 15 years ago. Now we're past that. So when he walked out of the courtroom, he's immediately arrested by federal authorities.
Yeah.
A 2022 detention hearing in Fresno, a federal judge denied his release on the grounds that he's an ongoing threat to the safety of his victims. That's good. Basically, they're saying that, judging by the pretrial court filings, it looked like his lawyers are going to attack KG's credibility. Court documents say that, quote, "She takes medication to treat a bipolar diagnosis, and at the time of the incident, she maintained a personal website dedicated to amateur erotic photos."
So the fuck what?
Yeah. Is the website's name ratemeindafield.com?
Right.
Because if not, then I don't know what the fuck they're talking about or
If
what
it's
difference
just called
that makes.
OnlyFans, that's about 30% of women, I believe.
You're right. Jesus. When she and Barrett met in August 2016, the defense says she used her phone to show Barrett photos in which she was posing bound and topless.
Oh, boy.
In a responding motion, the prosecution pointed out that there's no logical connection between seeing erotic photos and consent.
None.
That's different. No.
I've seen a lot of porn, James. I get to fuck all those women?
Yeah.
If I run into them, I get to fuck all of them?
When someone hits post, that means if you see them, open season on them, apparently.
Well, these gals better watch out.
That's his legal filing. We'll see if it works in court first before you start making plans.
That's a great point. Let's see how this plays out.
So the judge grants a motion from the defense to question KG about the photographs during trial, which is stupid. Noting a ruling from last November, defendant argues that seeing the photographs gave him a reasonable impression that KG expected to engage in rough sex with him.
Wow.
Or she wanted you to go, I like your color correction you do on your photographs. Like,
thank you is what you're supposed to say.
Wow. Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Cool. Also, they granted a request for the defense to obtain records from KG's mental health providers.
Okay.
Wow. Motions for prosecution indicate that its case will focus not only on the sexual assault charges, but a pattern of predatory behavior revealed in his long shit here. Okay. Now, threads on mountainproject.com and Instagram wrestled with what to make of the news. Some wondered if it could be true. Charlie seemed like such a nice guy. Why'd the victim wait so long? You know, things like that.
Yeah.
That month, author and climber John Krakauer weighed in. That's the guy from last week.
Hey.
That's weird. Different guy, though.
Yeah.
Posting on his Instagram page.
And his
about
name
Barrett's
evidently is
arrest.
Cracker, James.
Cracker. And you know what? That's what I thought.
That's
Who knows
crazy.
in Australia? In the rest of the world, it's not Cracker, but in Australia, that's a cracker, eh? That's what they don't know what the hell they're talking about. Barrett's arrest, let's see. Oh, yeah, on his Instagram page about Barrett's arrest and urging other victims to contact police. So now a lot of people are saying, a lot of his friends, though, Barrett's friends are saying that this guy writing articles is hurting Barrett's chances of getting a fair trial.
Okay.
One person said, best to leave the police work to the police. And please bear in mind, he might actually be innocent. If Barrett, Cracker responded, if Barrett had been arrested for a different crime, I doubt you'd be posting this. Sexual assault is probably the only crime in which the victim is assumed to be lying. You should be much more concerned about the victim getting a fair trial, not Barrett. Rapists almost always escape accountability. Well, yeah, because 90% of it isn't even fucking reported.
Uh-huh.
So that's true, actually. Wow. So this is all going on here. They said that another friend said his behavior toward women got more aggressive over the years. It's a hard subject to talk about because many climbers feel complicit in what happened. If someone is misbehaving in our community, what is our responsibility to intervene? Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, Mike Wickwire put it a little more concise here. He said, this man has been a parasite in our community for decades, and we, myself included, have enabled him. Charlie's a talented climber and extremely gregarious. Plus, his history of mental health issues made it easy for all of us to make excuses for him. We as a community failed. We failed as victims and allowed him to continue victimizing. I hope he's held accountable and that the women violated find some closure. Let's do better. So, he said that he recalls instances where other climbers lied about their ascents and were banished. No one would climb them or believe what they said. He's like, just for someone who lied about going up a mountain one time.
Yeah.
This is a lot. And also being a woman climber is dangerous. You're in the middle of your goddamn mountain.
Yeah.
Somebody could pop out of nowhere. Who the hell knows? So that's a big deal. So when Barrett was arrested in 2022, Bonnie Headland started climbing again for the first time in a long time. She said she's working up the courage to get to the Buttermilks where she wanted to go. She stopped sleeping with a baseball bat under her bed, so that's positive. She said there's just been a lot of trauma. She said what worries her most is Barrett's younger, more recent victims, especially if there's some who are reluctant for whatever reason to talk about what happened. So, yeah. So if he's convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of life in this case. So this reporter says, after I started reporting, I quickly learned that Barrett had a way of scaring people. As I gathered from a variety of sources, federal court documents, city and county police reports, social media, climbing websites, and interviews with his friends, acquaintances, and former girlfriends, Barrett had been accused of tactics that included death threats, physical and online stalking, threats of lawsuits, breaking into residences, anonymous phone calls from burner phones, trolling on Instagram, spreading lies to get people fired from their jobs, and impersonating a police officer. My attempts to reach
Lord.
It's a lot. It's a lot of accusations. My attempts to reach Barrett for an interview were unsuccessful, and the lawyers currently representing him didn't respond to interview requests. So even after Barrett was jailed and denied bail, some of his alleged victims and other acquaintances were reluctant to talk. One woman said, "What if he gets out? I know I'm on his hit list." Wow.
Great point.
A June 2023 motion from prosecutors in the Yosemite case contains a description of what Barrett made, of a call Barrett made to a friend on October 17th, 2022. Quote, they discussed what action Barrett should take against the alleged victims because they reported him. He said, "Oh, something will happen, that's for sure, in the courts or not." This is from a recorded call transcript. "If I don't get out of here, I got people that I made contact with because they fucking put me in here with murderers."
Yeah.
So the court records also show how Barrett's ability to intimidate people made the Yosemite case hard to follow up on. One that Christy McGee, the investigator, said, "I've talked to dozens of witnesses who've expressed fear regarding what Barrett might do to them or have otherwise confirmed that he is an unstable and often dangerous person." She said this was the most difficult case in her 20-year career, and it's a lot. There's a segment of the community who wouldn't talk to investigators or to this reporter for different reasons, an apparent desire to close ranks among one of their own. A Park Service law enforcement officer assigned to the Yosemite case described this group as the old guy climbers. Men in their 50s and 60s who are invested in minimizing sexual assaults and harassment while elevating climbing accomplishments. Let's not talk about the bad stuff.
That's called covering up, you guys.
Well, yeah. Holy shit. So there's a group called Safe Outside, a collaboration among data scientist Charlie Liu from the University of Colorado, Denver, criminology researcher Callie Renison, and former alpinist editor Katie Ives. So they said their main goal was to conduct an exclusive or extensive online survey that could assess sexual assault and harassment in the climbing world.
Yeah.
They're trying to figure out how fucked up the climbing world is. So while Barrett's buddies managed to gloss over his threatening behavior, the Safe Outside survey made that more difficult. A court document describes how a data analyst for the project who sifted through thousands of responses from climbers around the world noted similarities in various descriptions of incidents said to have occurred in Northern California. It appeared the analyst said that a serial assaulter might be on the loose. Safe Outside facilitated connections among the victims who confirmed that it was Barrett who had assaulted all of them.
Right.
So it's just a huge, this is
just a bad guy.
Topic. Yeah, your root goes deep in your tooth. This goes all the way to the bottom, to the jaw here. So when the Justice Department announced his arrest in 2022, Safe Outside posted a notice on its Facebook page about that. And they said 4 years after we launched the Safe Outside survey, the first arrest resulting directly from our work finally happened. Okay. So March 1st, 2004, there's an article about how basically the rock climbing community just doesn't want to talk about him now.
Yeah.
They just don't want to talk about him here. They're talking about during all of this, there's tons of women that are willing to testify and all this shit. According to Christy McGee, one assault of a 19-year-old victim began by aggressively kissing her, not slowing down or stopping when asked, ripping out her nose ring when she tried to create distance, and continuing even though she straightened out her arm and pressed it against his chest and told him to stop. Barrett then strangled her to the point where she didn't know if she lost consciousness or not, and then sexually assaulted her.
Oh, boy.
So this is a lot. This is a fucking lot. Wow. So, yeah, people were describing him as he used to be this funny, charismatic, goofy guy.
Mm-hmm.
And, wow. One person said he is 100% responsible for his actions. He knew what he was doing, and he made those choices. He's a monster, unfortunately. Yes. So they said that one guy said, I didn't think the bad stuff was there back when we used to hang out with him. That's Summit from the beginning. Right. Remember him? Yeah. He said something changed, and he got really dark. He said that once he discovered the extent of all this, Summit regretted ever giving him the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know what I was thinking there. This guy's a fucking jackass. So one guy here said, it's unbelievably shocking to see the pattern of behavior had gone on for so long with someone you thought you knew.
Right.
Someone you thought you knew. Speaking of people who you think you knew.
Uh-huh.
I might feel sorry for a lot of people in this story, but not nearly as sorry as I feel for Charles Barrett.
Oh, boy.
PhD, NCSP. Whatever the fuck that is. Coordinator of Psychological Services at Loudoun County Public Schools in Ashburn, Virginia. We also have Charles Barrett, communication strategist, public relations expert. Please don't think I'm that guy, is what he says. I hate mountain climbing. Hate it. And Charlie Barrett, catering and event sales, and also author of the book Playing to Win or Afraid to Lose. Says he works at the New York Marriott Marquis Hotel. So that's what he's doing there, Charles. Now, so this investigation's a huge spider web of shit, obviously. This goes everywhere. He's saying that, I'm telling people I can get you because now I'm in here with murderers. His strategy apparently is that these women are unstable and all fucked up.
Yeah, and they're so unstable he can threaten them with his cellmates and they will clam up and not testify.
That's what he's trying to get to.
That's what he's banking on.
That's what he's banking on. So he at one point here, they talk about how this 2017, that one where he showed up and refused to leave and they responded and they said at least 2 additional times for similar conduct. He'd been reported for that, for physically attempting to break into that one woman's house. Holy shit. It's a shitload here. June 4th, 2024. He is found guilty of 2 counts of aggravated sexual abuse and 1 count of abusive sexual contact for the weekend in Yosemite with
good.
KG. The U.S. attorney said Barrett's long history of sexual violence supports. He wants a life sentence. He said that supports a life sentence. He used his status as a prominent climber to assault women in the rock climbing community. And when his victims began to tell, Barrett responded by lashing out publicly with threats and intimidation. So there's something there. The judge says, I got something to say to you, young man.
Yeah.
Doesn't say how wonderful he is about climbing. He says, you, sir, may fuck off. Life in prison.
Holy.
Got dicks for you, and the buffet line starts that way. That's all. Eat those dicks. So, life in prison. Wow. So they said it's just and a lot of this was because he continued while in prison to threaten and harass people. So, there is no stopping this guy.
No. He's going to be a menace forever.
And December 9th, 2025, just recently, he loses his court appeal.
Oh, that's
the
terrific.
United States Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld a lower court's conviction of a life sentence and told him to keep on keeping on and fuck off.
You're a terrible rapist.
They said he has a pattern of terrorizing victims and a clear lack of remorse. And so he's
What
there.
happened to this guy?
That's what I mean. What the fuck is going on? He seemed like just a regular kind of slacker scumbag. High school, I smoke weed and drink beer like my friends, except rock climbing.
But he's way worse.
But he's way worse because, we wouldn't have been cool with the rape. KG said, I was afraid for my safety in the panicked way I was before I was detained. because the appeal process, she said, scared her. The idea that it could come undone after we, the other victims, the investigator, the prosecutors, the rest of the legal team, my family, my allies, myself, had done everything we could to pursue safety through the legal system was utterly terrifying. I started planning, considering where I could hide out and how I could leave the country to evade retaliation if the conviction was overturned. Yeah. Wow. He's a fucking asshole, this guy.
No shit.
So, yeah, there was a bunch of appeals, and they all go down in flames at this point, unless the Supreme Court picks it up, which I don't know why the hell
they're going to talk about
this
rapist, right?
This isn't making any precedents or anything. This is just some scumbag rapist, and that's that. So he said, they said, I'm sure if there is ever true closure after trauma happens in your life, I'm not sure if there ever is. It's more like learning to carry an emotional backpack you never asked for, but over time you figure out how to walk with it. Today the backpack feels a lot lighter, like someone removed a few extra rocks. He's currently being held at the United States Penitentiary in Tucson.
Hey,
there you go. Can't get enough of this piece of shit? Well, his Bishop Bouldering 2 by Charlie Barrett climbing guide is $140 on eBay.
What?
$140.
What the fuck is in there? A treasure map to somewhere in the mountains?
He's just gold doubloons everywhere when you get this map.
Is there a treasure map in the back to the Lost Dutchman mine?
I think there might be. Holy shit. This is The Legend of Curly's Gold, I believe, is on the back of it.
Follow the little...
So, Mammoth Bouldering by Charlie Barrett, also $95.95.
What is there a yearly pass to the National Forest in there? What's going on?
I don't know what the fucking deal is, but there you go, everybody.
Wow.
That is Charles Barrett. A hell of a goddamn tale. A terrible guy. And it's nice that he's in jail. That's a nice bit of closure on him.
Yeah.
Fuck
Not
that
even
guy.
a pair of Solomons for sale that he wore or something?
Nothing. There's no I don't know, just his
No
books.
carabiners he touched? Nothing.
God, not even like a rope that he tied a woman up with. You wouldn't want any ropes from this guy. So there you go, everybody. If you like that story, tell the world about it. Get on whatever app you're on. Give us 5 stars. That helps a lot. Also, head over to social media. Do that kind of thing. You can follow us there, at Crime and Sports, hanging out there. Go to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows, everybody. First Small Town Murder Show of the year, February 21st in Nashville. Still some tickets available.
Let's go.
Durham, March 6th. Atlanta, March 7th. Small Town Murder in Phoenix is sold out on March 20th, but March 21st, still some tickets left for your stupid opinions. Get in there and get those. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Tons of merch and all that shit, too. So pop on in and see us and do that. Sure. You also certainly want Patreon. That's a big deal. Patreon.com/crimeinsports is where you get all of the bonus materials. Anybody $5 a month or above, you're going to get everything we put out. First of all, hundreds of bonus material, hundreds of back bonus episodes you get immediately upon subscription. New ones every other week. 1 Crime and Sports, 1 Small Town Murder. Yep. You get them all. This week for Crime and Sports, a college football coach turned agent turned criminal.
Yeah.
And Master P's in the mix somewhere. You decide where. Where do you think he is? William Tank Black is his name. Then Small Town Murder. We're going to talk about the case and the documentary, The Perfect Neighbor from Netflix, which is just a horrible story. And tons of extra stuff on YouTube about that as well to check up on. Believe me, I watched it all. That's patreon.com/crimeinsports. And you get every goddamn thing we put out ad-free as well with the Patreon.
Ad-free.
And ad-free, baby. And you get a shout-out goddamn now. Jimmy, hit me with the names of the people who would never take us to the top of a mountain and rape us. Hit me with them right goddamn now.
Is that good for producers? Wow, I just fucking said that without ours.
That rolled out.
How did you do that, Westman?
First thing you've had to read in 2 hours.
Yeah. Gary Howard checking in Winslow, Arizona.
Gary.
On a corner with, who was the guy? I mean, that was the Eagles that sang it. Who was Who was the guy that was up there? Was it Jackson Brown? I think it was.
Maybe, yeah. That's
all right. Destiny Sassman, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Destiny. And Carol Braun checking in from.
Hey, nice to hear from you.
She's been around for so long. She's such a sweet lady. Thank you so much, Carol. You're terrific. Other producers this week: Liz Vasquez, been around forever. Peyton Meadows, been around forever. Joanne Tinkler, been around forever. Happy Hour in Splendora, Texas. Bought himself a new house. Got himself a fucking mortgage. Good for you.
Not in Spatafora, Texas, or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope.
Splendora? What? I don't even know where that is. Ryan Bender, been around a while. Janice Hill, been around a while. Todd Robertson, thank you all so much. It means the most to us. Jimbo Kelly, Bob Marcus, Michelle with no last name, Christopher Beering, Ian Nicholas, Michael Milevich. Mailovich, Caleb Cheney, Karen Fisher, Todd Pulford, Jimmy Likes, Quentin with no last name, Daniel and Raven Merrifield, AP Custom Woodworks, I don't know what that is, Nikki Sotka, Elijah Craig, Cody Krieger, Riley Duffy, Connie Bassard, Heather with no last name, L.A. Bands, Cheryl with no last name, Shannon with no last name, Darcy Kostenbader, Jacob Gary T, Amanda Chase, Allison. Oh, it's just a fucked up way to spell Allison. Ailsenne. That's not Allison.
Wow.
Your mom's so mean to you, Miss McLean.
My friend.
Unbelievable. Ashley Cobb, Clifford Carlson, Linda Summers, Jess with no last name, Heidi Sucko. Amy Albert, Kit with no last name, Jess Burke, M. Minge? What?
Minge.
It's probably Menji, but whatever. Yeah. Dylan with no last name, Kim Mondo, Dave Housley, Joanna Bates, that's Jonna Bates, Carrie Topin, Chris Bailey, Julie Sandquist, Barb Holloman, Karen K., Betty Green, Anna Berdal, Nicholas DuPont, Jessica with no last name, Amy with no last name, Dan Searcy, Melinda Wong, Stacy J, Adam Russell, Jenny Shep, Dolores Chavez, Scott Peralt, Amanda L, Bridget Behrens, Nicholas Grant, MK Silas, what is that? Sills, Jennifer Rice, Anna Yancey, Jessica Polenko, Arthur Flynn, Michael Galderisi, Amy with no last name, True Country, I doubt it. William Vagnetti? William's last name is Vagnetti.
Wow.
That's wild. It's probably Vignetti, right? You don't pronounce the G. Vagina. Elena Alenda Vargas. I'm baffled by Vagnetti. Craziness. Bliss. Will Brown. Robert Steers. You know what they say about Steers. Emma Winbigler. Maureen Curtin. Lady Shaman. C. Moorhead, David Patterson, Lynette L. Jayen, Jen Crone, Karen Kennedy, Jennifer Wicker, Peyton with no last name, Tristan Paust, Melissa Steinbruner, Jamie Jaime Ferraro, maybe it's Jamie, Ashley Lewis, David Thomas, Cody Holland, Erica Geis, like Beetle, James, Beetle Geis.
Oh, Beetle Geis.
Don't say it 3 times. Sierra Donovan and everybody that patrons this show. You're the fucking best people on the planet, and thank you so much. See you in Nashville.
Thank you so much, everybody. You spectacular, wonderful bastards. We cannot thank you enough for what you do for us all the time. You keep this show going, and you keep the show the way it is. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for always hanging out with us. If you want to find us on social media, head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Drop-down menus take you where you need to go. Live from the Crime and Sports Studios. We will see you next week.
Bye.